those scripts, such demure things, and yet the most outspoken element of a stream. It's so obvious, isn't it, when things are like written down and read from a sheet? So much soul infused into an improvisational product. Now, you might already be asking yourself if I wrote a script for this intro, and I just gotta say, if I did, it would sound something like this. Howdy, what do you know? It is Rabbit of Scrublead Academy, and we are back again today. We're doing something completely different today. Anyway, I wanted to show off DDO partly because I didn't really want to play Halo today, but also kind of because I've been playing this game for a long time in the past like 2 weeks, and honestly, I've been building a character up and I want to get going with that character. I could have started from nothing, but there's an event going on, there's a bunch of nonsense going on. I don't really want to get involved in that just yet. I just want to build this character because there is a special mechanic in this game that I really enjoy. It's called True Reincarnation. So basically what you can do is when you build this character, you can basically go up to max level and then re-level all the way through the entire thing, gaining buffs and benefits and stuff as you go through the second time. So that's what we're going to do today. There's not a whole lot to do here. I'm just kind of like having a nice veg out Wednesday, a veg out Monday, which is on the script, by the way. I wrote it in that way, but no, I'm having a veg out Monday, so I don't really want to get into too much, and I don't know how long it's gonna last, but we'll see what we've got. Anyway, we're gonna teleport down to a nice fun location where we could just have like a casual stream, because that's kind of the mood that I'm in today. I hope you guys have had a great weekend, though. I hope everything has worked out pretty well for you and you've had a fun time. As we could tell, there's tons of population around here already, the first 3 people. But I'm going to move along to the Blue Water Inn, because this is kind of where I ended off when I was playing on my own. And I want to go through the whole thing and just get the rest of these quests done, and also kind of show off the game.
I can't believe we did it!
And wow, that was loud. That was the sentient item I have. I might, just for the sake of it, maybe I'll just turn that off because that was very loud. And also too cheery for the stream. We have to be very morose. We have to be very upset. It's an upset stream. That's why I'm so energetic right now. I'm gonna turn the sentient weapon off though, just because it's extremely cheery, and I don't think we need that interfering with my amazing low temper energy today. We're gonna go to Argynvostholt. I gotta see how loud the oh my goodness, how loud the narrator is going to be, because I didn't do a whole lot of sound testing. So we're gonna see what we can get away with here, but we're gonna hop right in and just do some random dungeons to get my tomes, because that's kind of the whole point. I should already have these quests, so I'm just going to enter an elite and just do these things. And you might be able to see kind of what I'm dealing with here. I need to figure out, I do have a ton of bolts. Perfect. I love Goat. How you doing today? nice emoji. I love it. That's awesome. Scrubtastic. Yes,
the mansion
absolutely.
Looks abandoned. Yet according to what you've been told,
I don't know how
the Order
loud
of
it's
the
going to be.
Silver
Actually,
Dragon still guards this
just
place,
for the sake
bound
of
by
it,
an oath that not
we're gonna
even
put this at like
death can
half, because I don't know how loud the Dungeon Master is compared to me, and I'm not gonna compete with them. It's my stream. I'm gonna do what I need to. So it's mad loud. Are you talking just me or the Dungeon Master itself? Because honestly, both, but also which one is louder is the question. I think maybe, you know what I'll do? We'll just turn this off, because I know the rest of the volume is about where I want it to be. So that's fine. The narrator was louder than you. I thought so. I thought he would be. Just because it was like 100. I never changed it. Because usually what I'll do is I'll listen to it by myself. So I usually like hearing the narrator, but I don't necessarily want the narrator to come through way above me. So this is kind of a haphazard stream, but that's fine. We'll just bop all these bats if we can. Rangers don't appreciate bats all that much. Once they get up close, they just start like skirting around you and you can't do anything to stop them. So I want to get rid of those as soon as I can. There we go. Oh, throw that in there. Now I am Inquisitive, the absolute cheatiest build of all, but I love Inquisitive. I've really enjoyed Inquisitive. It's a super fun playstyle, and it's actually kind of risky. Like, trying to go through it and not take a huge amount of damage is a little tough. My fizzy is 180, and it feels like it's 2. It feels like I literally take all the damage. We have 64% damage reduction, and I take so much damage in physical combat. And even with this, it's actually more difficult for like later dungeons than it is here. I still get hit hard here. They've nerfed it a bunch lately and it still slaps. It's amazing. I love this. Actually, I don't need to go this way. What am I doing? I need to go the other way. I have a very particular Argynvostald route, and I need to take that route in order to know where I am. But yes, it's so overpowered. And it's not overpowered in the sense that it's like, I don't want to play this because it's too powerful. It's still fun. And it's just a point and clicker. It's really, really good. But look at how easily I could just sweep through all of them. Just blast all of them and basically take no damage there. It's just so incredible. I love this build. So anyway, Goat, how, what is your favorite build in the game? Because I am always curious to hear what people tend to play. There's so many different build varieties in this game. All right, we'll just clean up. You know what? I can just leave, I think. I don't think they follow me. I will have to get rid of him. So I'm just gonna back away from him. No remnants, that's fine. And we'll just keep going along. A little bit of CC and you're a god. Yes, Warforged Artificer, I can see that. Are you going to say Warforged Artificer as in melee? Or are you going to do the awesome one? Oh, Human Blightcaster. Oh, Blightcaster's so fun. I love Blightcaster. We're going to see how well we do with the moat here, because this is the event, and this is a purple one, which is actually pretty tough. I think gold is the only one above it. We're just going to back up a little bit. There we go. Now we're going to see what our actual DPS is like usually. And this is without sneaky dice too. I will get out of that just because I don't want to accidentally get hit by that. And Scath is really easy to kind of like coast around like this. It does have snow on me, so I will get out of that area effect though. There we go. There we go. Easy. Oh, wow. It actually hit me. Impressive. But it's gone. There's no way. So we need to get this. We need to go back here, and it's going to give us like 31, which is insane. Ranged Artificer. Yes, Ranged Artificer. That has to be it, right? There's no way. I tend to do Quarterstaff Dodge and Zoom Murder Hobo. That is proper adventure right there. I can see that. I have just started up a, what is it, the Rogue, the Thief Acrobat? I have just started that up. Here, we're just gonna drop one of these to get a few heals and just avoid this guy as much as possible. There we go. Now, if you jump with archers, I don't know if you guys know this, look at how many of their shots miss you. They just can't do it at all. I did get slowed though, which is annoying. Fighter, Pally, Rogue, Cleric mixes. I can see that. I love Fighter. In terms of the Kensai tree, I'm not as big a fan of like the feats locking you out of certain things because it doesn't allow you to splash as easily, but they still get a lot of early low-hanging fruit feats, so it's still a thing. 3 Rogue, their Acrobat is very good investment. Yeah, Rogue Acrobat is kind of the Q-Staff build as far as I remember. It has been a time, but I think that's the best one you can get. Ooh, these guys are actually hitting me a little bit. So Dragonlord super OP. They built that to be broken and to use all of the tactics. It is literally the tactics subclass in the game, and it is super busted, and I should just detour back because there is a particular way I go through this. Jumping helps to keep enemy archers from targeting you. Exactly, yeah. Archers and also casters. Anyone who uses a ranged component, it keeps them from being able to hit you properly because they're trying to shoot for where you're going to be, not for where you currently are. And there is such a thing as like vertical disparity in this game, where if you jump around, they will not be able to get you. It's just awesome. I love it. So many typos, not a problem. Yeah, 5 Dragonlord, 3 Rogue, Acrobat, 12 anything else. Yeah, it's clearly the best. I mean, Dragonlord is so good. It's so powerful right now. And it's probably a little too broken because it is the thing that uses all the tactics. So like, what is it? I think it's every tactic they have makes you helpless, like the trips and stuff. That's so busted. It's so incredibly powerful. Almost as busted as the Consecrate that automatically drops. We won't talk about that one, but I totally have to talk about that one. Basically, if you guys have never used it, here, I'm just gonna jump around while I do this. It is right here. This one literally does not drop every 2 minutes. It just drops every time you reach 50%. It's really, really, really busted, and I do think a little overpowered, just slightly. That Roar is like a better color spray. Yes, it's just so broken good. I have just barely started with Dragonlord, and yeah, one of my buddies played through it. He basically said it destroys Kensai. And I can see why, because I was watching him do stuff with it. It was kind of insane. And it also gets the trance. I forgot about that. It literally gets the strength trance, which was the thing they should not have introduced because of how busted strength can be with it. All for 5 or 6 Dragonlord. Yes. Oh, it's so, so powerful. And honestly, I mean, I like my rangers, as you can tell with my, where is it? This one, my double shot. I've been working on that one so that I can just kind of power through levels. But I want to be ranger pretty much all of the time. Rogue, otherwise, like if I'm not ranger, I'm rogue. All for 5 or 6 and an imbue. Yeah, they get an imbue too. That's so insane. But anyway, just moving through here super easily. I'm literally on autopilot while I'm looking at chat. It's awesome. Walking corpse. I don't know if I've gotten these for the monster manual. I did buy a bunch of monster manual stuff, so I've got them all now. But I did not. Oh, I need to get that. Let's see. This way. I need to get that first. We need to go over there. We need to get that. Feel free to use that info how you will. All that stuff works on crossbows. Ooh, yeah, that might be pretty decent because I need all of my fighter lives too. Here, I'm just getting that. I'm avoiding this. That doesn't do nearly as much damage, but I still have seen people die to it. So I do tend to still avoid it, but I could probably jump right through it, right? Like there's nothing it can really do to hurt me. I've got too much magic resist at 60, at 68, I think it is. My magic resist is bad. It's really bad. What is it? It is, oh my goodness, I was literally blocking. It is 68. So I've got 68 magic resist. There we go. Perfect. Get rid of those bats. Yeah, my magic is horrible, and I thought I spec'd out properly for it, but apparently I did not do these things. Rabid Pokerogue fan here. Yes, absolutely. How you doing today, Necro? We are on DDO. We're doing a completely different game, mostly because I've gotten a fixation for this game. He's ahead of me somehow. That was interesting. So I wanted to kind of try it out just because I've got a lot of progress I can make on this. And I will get away from the Soothe, which apparently did not work. And that can't get rid of it. So I'm just gonna, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Come over here. If he hits me, he's gonna drop a Consecrate and that's gonna start doing little chip damage to him. There we go. And it'll heal me back up. It's perfect. And it does drop multiple. So if he hits you multiple times below 50%, it'll keep dropping Consecrates to do a little bit of that chip damage, which is just cheesy. And it also gives me a damage boost, which is just amazing. But yes, absolutely. I love Inquisitive. I love most ranged tunes. I do like that they have made bows in particular a little bit better. They're not amazing right now, but they are way better than they used to be. I will just do this backwards, actually. I like doing puzzles backwards because that way you don't mess anything up accidentally. Here, I will just go this way. There we go, just in case. Because I want to remember some of these puzzles, but it has been a long time since I've done a ton of them. So I could screw them up, and I like to put myself in a position where I can fix it pretty easily with one tile turn. But yeah, I've got a lot of leveling to still do, and I've got a lot of what is it, sagas to complete. So I want to complete a couple of those today, if at all possible. Barovia being one, obviously Cogs being another. Cogs is a really good saga for just speed running through it. And honestly, you can get away with doing both of the sagas in Sharn because they're kind of around the same area. So it's a lot easier. Now, not to mention, not necessary to the whole point, but if you guys do talk about other things, go ahead. It doesn't have to be DDO related. I'm always just kind of chill and whatever happens, happens in the chat. So yeah, obviously, Necro, if you wanted to talk Pokerogue, I'm right there with you. Easy, easy, no problem. You know this already. We tend to do that a lot in streams. But yes, absolutely, I love the Inquisitive. It is so much fun. Oh my goodness, there we go. We're loaded. Perfect. We're going to go Servants' Quarters because it's just an easy one. Might as well just go straight down the list. I don't know if these are arranged the way that they are supposed to be in chronological order, but I'm just going through as quickly as possible with the things that are there, you know? I also tend to drop Fakemon in here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we tend to have chats like that. That's always cool. I don't need to talk about what the game actually is. That's just kind of how I fill time. And DDO I could talk about all day. I know a lot about the lore. I know a lot about build ideas. Where is this? This one's over here. Yes. You need to, I think you need to read all of these if I'm not mistaken. Because I think you can get the optional only if you read them all. And that's fine. There we go. Perfect. So that should do it. Investigate the top. Before I go, I will just look for this door, which I need everything on for just to be able to detect it. Perfect. Because putting items on makes you smarter. It's just how it works. It's just the way that the game is played. I love it though. This is a really cool game in terms of the different itemization options and build options that you have available to you right off the gate. It's just amazing like that. So I think what we need to do is, if I'm not mistaken, we go through here and we literally go way to the top and then we go all the way back to the bottom. I think that's how it works. There is a secret door here too. We'll just spot that. Maybe this one. Is there not? I was almost certain there was. Oh no, I guess not. That's fine too. I will go ahead and just leave that be. Not too problematic though. But yes, no, I think I need to play Dragonlord a little more just to get an experience with it, just to figure out kind of what I'm doing on that, because I haven't played too much of it, and I have built an actual main tune that one of my 26 main tunes that I do want to play with the Dragonlord. So we're gonna see how good it is. Now I gotta run around in a circle for a while, so I'm just kind of autopiloting this, you know, that's just how I do things. Just go all the way back up here. This should be second floor, that means third floor is next, and then we gotta go to fourth. It's such a long run. To be fair, that is the thing about these quests that really kind of irks me, is just the fact that there are so many stairs. And it doesn't matter which path you take, there's just stairs everywhere. There we go. Ow, that actually hurt. That actually did a bit of damage. He hit me pretty hard there. All right, so we're just kind of avoiding these guys. Normally jumping is the better strat because you don't count as moving. So if you get buffs for not moving around, then you will actually accrue them as you jump. Whereas if you move around back and forth, you don't get those buffs. And honestly, moving in this game is less desirable than not moving. So there is that. So we'll go up here. We will go over here. I do believe there are mobs in here is what it is. There's no painting in this one. That's the first one. So we'll go up here. These guys should spawn because they start to notice me. And they're throwing meteors at me too. Here, let's just hit him. Let's just deal with him as we run. Backwards up the stairs because that's how people can run. Perfect. All right, so we'll go all the way up here because they're actually pretty slow comparatively. I am watching that spectral because you need to block right at the end there, just in case. There we go. And now it did not actually hit me. There are certain mechanics that are just really good in this game, and that's one of them. Perfect, we got here, another spectral. Oh, and there's our moat, perfect. I do think I need to get rid of those guys. They need to come up here. Here, come here. There we go. There we go, we'll deal with him, we'll sing to this, and we'll get that set up. And it's gonna be a little bit more difficult in close quarters here, but we'll see what happens. There we go. I can actually hit that and get all of these guys too. So that's not too shabby. Now the blue ones are the second best, which means you generally have a boss. So there is that. We have a couple of bosses that were held. Oh, I might actually die here. I might actually die here. Nope. Nope. I'm literally being healed by the tons of consecrates I'm setting down. This is amazing. I am held. They basically used a spell called Hold Monster. So they can hold me in place and do extra damage to me. But they can't do enough to get past my crazy amount of healing. So this is just incredible. So I'm basically just waiting for this debuff to go away. But that's fine. We will get there. It will work. And eventually I'll save against it. There we... Come on. Am I missing another one? Am I still held? Oh my goodness. This guy threw another one on me, I think. Yeah. And it's 7 seconds. These ones in particular, I'm not a big fan of, these Shadow Wings, because they hold you so often. And that's a stunning... No, that's a weakness one, I think. Yeah, that's just weakness. That's fine. We can deal with that. When eventually the stun goes away, we can handle this Shadow Wing. There we go. All right, perfect. He held me as I was doing my buff. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I have very low will save, so I can't actually save against a lot of that. So I basically am just at their mercy right now, which is frustrating. It is a little frustrating. Come on, come on, come on. 2, 1, 0. There we go. We'll get rid of it. Perfect. Now we're actually doing stuff. I'm just gonna back away. I'm just gonna back away a little bit. There we go, we dropped another. Keep over here. I got a little bit of damage on it before it actually held me again. That's fine. We saved, perfect, okay. Going over here, now I have an opportunity to kill it because it can't hold person until its cooldown is done. So we can get a little bit of damage. There we go. And it held again, but we got 30k off of it. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. I just need to save against this thing. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. And it's, oh, 1k. Come on. Are you kidding me? We will kill it with the dots, so that's fine. So I'm basically here just kind of hanging out as a statue. There we go. But those things in particular, the blue ones tend to drop those a lot, and they are extremely annoying. All right, so we got that. We can go in here. Now there shouldn't be anything else that deals with me. I can go right through. There are mobs that are spawning. That's fine. Oh, the door's locked. Oh, well then guess I gotta do this. We gotta deal with these guys. And we'll just drop one of these just to heal up and keep ourselves alive, because my fizzy is bad. My physical resistance is terrible with this character. Well, let's keep going. Inquisitive is still good. Like, it does enough damage that it doesn't really matter how much defense it has, because if you just spec for hyper offense, you'll kill most things very quickly. Like, all this stuff is actually at level monsters, and we're just annihilating them, no problem. They're not quite at level anymore, actually. I have out leveled them by like 1 level, but they're close enough. And just back for the treasure. What birdie would that be? Now we've got our mini boss fight, I guess, our sub boss. It's not the main boss of the dungeon, but we'll see what we can get away with here. It should be pretty easy. Actually, you know what I might need to do is I might need to go over here just so that I can hit them. I'll go over to this one because I want to kill Agrippina first, which is a horrible name that they did not think of. But yeah, we'll get rid of this guy first, because at least getting rid of this guy is a little easier, and I can technically deal with the other one a lot easier than Agra. Agra's probably more obnoxious to deal with. Oh my goodness, it opened up a thing. It opened up a thing. At least I got rid of all those with a giant AoE. So there we go. We'll go over here and just kind of hang out by Drolga here, because she can't do a whole lot. Like, her casting is something that my reflex can avoid no matter what. We're actually good. So there we go, do some damage, get rid of her. She actually can't get through my wall of defense. I like this. I like how I'm not good at defense, but I'm good at defending against specific types of enemies. Like, anybody that tries to make you, that you have to dodge the attacks of, I can avoid that very well. So we'll take the vials, perfect. We'll read the notes. There we go, second note, and that's perfect. And we'll get the chest. At this point, I think, I could Dedor, but I think this is probably just faster, just go backwards. Just literally run through the place and jump to the bottom. I think that's probably faster than using a dimension door, getting back to the beginning, and then starting again. So we'll go here, all the way down here. I want to avoid there, because that actually is a trap area there. It doesn't tell you, nothing in the game tells you that. You basically just have to figure it out by trial and error, which is kind of like an old school game mechanic that I really enjoy. And there we go. We bounced off of the head of a monster that hadn't yet spawned. Perfect. So we can deal with those guys so much easier. All right, now we got to go. It is down here, actually. It's right down at the very bottom. I forgot about that. So we need to go in here. I have skills to be able to find traps and stuff, so I will try to do that if at all possible. I've got so many things to try and find traps with. I just don't want to run into it. There it is. This one can teleport you into a random room here and also lock you behind doors. I don't want to get locked. I think we're good here. We can use the key, open that up. I will go here because it's in the legendary, it's actually really good to go for the optional stuff. So that is actually a thing, or at least a few of them, not all of them. But to go for things like these optional chests here, there's actually a lot of good loot in them. There's things called filigrees, there are different named items. It's just a lot of good stuff. It's a lot of set bonuses. So we want to go for them. And we basically just have to wait for her to be done crying out with glee and see what we can get away with here. Actually, maybe up here is a little better. No, actually this is fine. This is fine. We'll just set up because she's almost there. There we go. And this should be good. I should be able to kill her really easily. She doesn't have great defenses, so actually it's a lot easier with a hyper offensive guy like this to be able to just wipe people out. So not too shabby. Even though my defenses are bad, my offense is really decent. And I got a Morning Lord's Beast Sword, which, I don't know if that's that good. Oh, there we go, it's 3 speeches. Here we go, here, there, there. Perfect. Then we get our little bit of experience. And now I'm going to Dedor, because I don't feel like running up those last few stairs. We could just go this way. We'll go this way and head down here, and that way I don't have to worry about accidentally stepping in a trap or something. That's kind of a thing, because I just want to get through it. We have to go up to the 3rd floor, is it? Up to the 3rd floor, yeah, level 3. So we got to go way up here. At least I got a little speed boost to get me going. But yeah, these stairs. Oh, these stairs. That's level 1. So technically what we were at was like basement level 1 before. So we'll go up further. This will be level 2 up here, right there. And we got 1 more round to go. Actually like 2 more rounds, because every 2 rounds is another stair or another doorway. So we'll go in here, keep going. And there we are, level 3. Get up there now. Come on there. All right, so level 3, I think there are rats here as well that we have to kill. If I'm not mistaken, like I feel like I've forgotten a lot of these dungeons because I haven't done these in so long. Basically, I took a year-long hiatus, so it's kind of like riding a bike, but at the same time, you got to get back into the feel for things. And I do remember generally where to go. I usually grab those things over there, but I'm not too concerned right now. We'll just go and complete this because we want to get some skill tomes. Want to get some skills to pay the bills, do some good stuff. And I think at this point, these are all ghosts because the spiders are the first one, right? That's true. So we'll go, I'll just open this up. That's fine. Just hit these guys. They should basically just come in here and die because I don't think there's anything these guys can really do because these guys cast, and casting I'm pretty much immune to if it is a reflex thing. So I should be good. I'm just going to go right in. Like, I'm fine with that. I don't need to rest. I don't need to do anything. No fancy stuff. We just go for it. So we'll go upstairs. It's very white. Normally you have to like wait for that to go away, but I do know the direction that I need to go. And these guys should be relatively straightforward. So we'll just deal with them. Yeah, and also I'll put this on because my fizzy's bad, but I can dodge a lot of stuff with that defensive boost. So at least I can deal with these guys before they start throwing down too much area effect. And also, I don't know if I have any adamantine, so I might be doing reduced damage. That's fine, though. I can stand in this. I'm actually not too concerned about this, just because I'm doing so much more damage than he has damage or health or debuffs or anything to stop me. So I might as well. And there we go. I will get this on. Perfect. Just to get that last little bit of XPs, because I am actually leveled, and I should be taking that, really. But I'm just fine with it, because I don't think I'm going to over-level. Once you get to a certain point, you can basically get too high level. If you don't level up, then you will have to go, you won't get any more experience, basically. You'll have to go and actually level in order to gain more experience. So I'm not quite at that point, but eventually I might have to go and level up, even though I'm lazy and don't wanna. And we'll take the heart seeds. Those are actually pretty decent for reincarnating, but also I can trade those with other people, so I don't have to worry about like having my bags completely loaded up with stuff. So I like those a little more, even though they're technically not as valuable as the, what is it? Not heroic deeds, the, whatever the other one is that binds to character that you can get from reward vendors as well. I will get Wachter House. I will go in here super quick. Wachter House is either the most difficult or the least difficult depending on your group. I find that this one can be nightmarish or a cakewalk. And there's no middle ground either. It's literally just, if you know what to do, you're fine. If you don't know what to do, you're fucked. It's just all it is. Sounds like you have a plan. Where can I find Izek? Go upstairs. I think you have to, yeah, you have to talk to both of these. There we go. What do you have in mind? Certainly. And then we just go right through. And I'm just going to zoom along here, because this first part is just running back and forth. So we might as well just get there as fast as possible. Manservant, let the dead remain at rest. Which they never do, of course. No, like, if you've played any D&D, dead people don't stay dead. I think I did that a little quickly. There we go. There we go. Perfect. And do I need this one? I think I do. I think I do actually need this one. So I'm just going to go down here, because I don't remember if this one is actually necessary. We're going to hit this. Actually, ooh, I forgot about these guys. Yeah, never mind. They're going to run through everything and cause problems. That's a thing. Mortar fire. Oh, he drops negative levels. I think I've got immunity, but I don't want to risk it. I don't want to take the chance. We'll just get rid of him. Just deal with the dude. And honestly, I'm pretty fine to deal with the summoner. He's basically just going to punch me with a mallet. It's not that big a deal. All right, so I did that one. Let's just go around in a circle. There we go. Perfect. And then we get the death slot, which is super easy to kill. Tons of scroll racks to get tons of material. And we'll just go and move along. Yeah, like, it's a really easy quest if you do it right. So that is a thing. But if you, like, go and especially go to the shrines down there without your group backing you up, you can basically die. So it's a risky dungeon unless you know what you're doing and you do it properly. And I do think, I'm pretty sure any place called Dungeons & Dragons won't make dead people dead. No, it cannot. That's, logically speaking, if you have a world that is in the D&D realm, then dead people cannot stay dead. It's the rules. Them's the rules. And also, I have just debuffs. Okay, never mind. I thought they might be damage, but no, we're good. Bearded Devil. Ooh, I might get a little experience. I will take that. I move a little slower because that's my speed item I had to replace. Boom, 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 and boom. Those are such easy puzzles. Basically, when you hit one tile, it activates 3 different tiles, and you have to turn them all off. So it's super easy to just go around in a circle. Just a star formation. It's super quick. I know I have a low amount of HP, but honestly, I'm kind of banking on that. I will get rid of this guy. There we go. And he can hit me one more time. Oh, I killed him too fast. That's fine. I'm not too concerned because we're going to bring this guy downstairs to do most of the work for us. So I don't really need to waste too much time healing. I can just run right on through. Oh, actually, maybe I will. Maybe I'll go ahead and use this contested moat. So I guess I'm healing. And I will get this one too. And let's see if we get another one of those CC mods. I don't really want those. Come on, I'm just going straight for it. There we go, decent damage, and they're helping us too. Oh, that's so good. Okay, they're actually doing a lot of work trying to help us out. These guys are not my friends right now, but because they're also not the friends of the enemies I have, they will still attack them. I love that, that's so good. All right, we'll just get away from that. We'll just go in here, Goblin Shaman, a lot of HP, but, oh, did I get knocked over? Ooh, I got knocked over. That's impressive. All right, am I back up? Come on, you know you wanna. There we go. There we go. So we're actually filling out at least 3 of these fiddles because I have another character that I kind of want to get the other 2 on, but those 3 fiddles at least I want to get, and this is one of them. All right, so we want to betray. Perfect. Let's go for it. I'm taking a little bit of damage, but let's keep going. Let's keep moving. There's a lot of healing on this build too. Like, this is Dark Hunter, which is a ranger archetype, and it is extremely good at healing. It's extremely good at trapping, at not really crowd control. Crowd control is not its forte, but it does a lot of damage if you spec it out properly, like with the Inquisitive, like I'm doing right now. And if you want, you can actually get a lot of skills with this thing too. The only thing I don't really like about this is that it loses the Arcane Archer, which is, it allows you to paralyze enemies and get bonus damage against them. So the paralysis is just better for parties. But this is probably, in terms of trappers, it's actually probably the strongest trapper in the game because it gets a lot of extra bonus skill to its trapping skills. So it might be the best trapper, I'm not sure. Like, I feel like the Artificer is also a really good trapper, but that's pretty much just because it's an intelligence build. And all trap skills that you really care about are intelligence based. And I think it gets knocked too, so it can actually use its own spell with its own intelligence instead of having to open locks with dexterity. So it's really decent. Now, this guy is now an enemy to us because we betrayed him and everybody else. And, oh, I can get rid of that. Perfect. There we go. I had a removal of CC effect. So that's at least decent. We could do a little bit of damage to him, try to work him down. I will back up a little bit because I don't think he's the one that's CCing me. I think it was one of the guys down there. And these are 2 rangers. There's another one. There we go. Oh my goodness, I left him at 1 HP. Are you kidding me? I'm not too concerned though. These guys don't do a whole lot of damage to me. So mostly my concern is just if I get hit by a crown, basically. Somebody who has like a, you know, mark of, is it marks? They basically have extra text added to their name that shows you that they have different abilities and skills, and they hit way harder than normal mobs. That's kind of one of the big things in the higher difficulties. Never made sense in the lore. Not one time did they actually try to make sense of it in the lore. But it is really, really decent in terms of just like a balancing metric because it adds artificial difficulty. Like him, he's what I call a crown. He's got light bearer, so that's like a special bonus type of skills and damages and all that kind of stuff. And now I'm surrounded, so I had to drop a few heals on me because, wow, you see how much my health just fluctuates? That's the thing about Inquisitive, is they are not very defensive, so you kind of have to be a little quicker on the draw. The rune arm usage is pretty mad rad for Artie though. Opens up additional equipment slot. Yes, it absolutely is an amazing slot, and yes, I agree it's underrated. I agree that it is actually really decent. I should have used that on him because now he's gonna disappear. Ugh, that's fine. Because yeah, it's like an extra gear slot that you don't get with anybody else. And even if you use crossbows, you still get that slot. So Artificer is, I wouldn't say overpowered, but it's definitely a strong class in that regard because it literally gets another piece of gear to add stats. And especially the rune arms tend to be better than a lot of stuff at level. I'm just kind of waiting for this guy, just seeing where he is. He'll probably be right next to me, honestly. Eventually, I guess maybe not. Did I kill him? Okay, I guess nothing happens. That's fine. I might have accidentally killed him, and I don't know how I would have done it because he did disappear. But who knows? Maybe the damage carried over. Maybe I had a dot, something, you know? But yes, absolutely. I love Artificer for that. And I mean, I really like, you know what I really like is Vanguard. I love Vanguard. I actually have a Vanguard 32 Pally that was from my old days of playing before they had 34s. Set venue stats, etc. Yeah, they do a lot. Like the rune arm from Feywild is the one that really teaches you that rune arms are really OP. Yeah, that's the thing. Bonuses, yeah, exactly. I feel like the one from Feywild kind of changed the game too, because it gave you invisibility, or not invisibility, it gave you Incorp, which was 10% to basically have everything miss you. It's not amazing, but at level 7, really decent for defense, especially on tunes that don't normally get defense. So we'll just deal with this guy. There we go. I've already done all of this, if I recall. I just need to pick up those remnants. We should be able to just go straight through. Yeah, because this guy is here. He's fine. He's dead. And then we deal with that guy. 6,700. Just get him out of here. Adventuring Oratoria. That's so cool. Okay, that's the actual rare one. So when you go and loot those, you have a series of rarities that you can get. That is the rarest one at this level, which is cool. At least from that particular item. Glad to see you back streaming, Dito. The Pokemon is fun, but Dito is like that bad ex-girlfriend who got... All right, Dito was like that bad ex-girlfriend when it was so buggy you could not stream it. I will say it was fun, but it was also like really bad and unstreamably stupid. And it should not have gotten to that level of quality, and they didn't fix it for months. But finally it's fixed. Like, we can actually play now, which is decent. So that's when I started getting actually back into DDO, is when they fixed all the bugginess. So we'll just get that one. These rangers are actually just kind of pathetic. I'm not even concerned about jumping around them or doing any fancy shenanigans, because they can't do the damage they need to. Blue key, I don't think I need that, but we'll take it anyway, because I think the jeweled key is all you need. By the way, you must have been from way back when I was doing DDO streams, because I feel like I remember your name, but at the same time, I can't quite place it. Did you change your name, or is that the same one you've always had? Because I'm not quite sure, but yeah. It was unplayable to someone. That's the thing, yes. Oh, here, boom. Just before I get experience. There we go. $21.99. I've been getting a lot of Monster Manual stuff, and the Monster Manual is bugged. It doesn't work very well. Like, I'll show you here. So you go in there, you notice that I've got the bats. I don't actually have them completed, but they never reset them. So you can't get any of the rewards or the lore or the stats or really any of the main progress other than just the character, how much you've killed and stuff. But I love the Monster Manual. I love just like, anytime I'm sitting there and just don't really know what I want to do, I'll just sit there and read the Monster Manual. Obviously not on stream, but you know, I will do that just for the sake of the fun of it. And it's disappointing it's not fixed. Sakura, oh, you are! I thought you might be. I actually thought you might be, yes. Yes, I remember way back in the day, you were on like every DDO stream video I did. I'm surprised you're still into the game. I mean, I'm not upset about it by any means. But yes, Scrubtastic, that's where I thought it was you, is that you mentioned that. I thought it might have been someone I knew, but I was thinking, who is that? Who is that? It's at the tip of my brain, and I can't figure it out. Before, when you had your former username, yeah, I've changed it around a couple of times, but I decided that Scrubly was not the thing because I was kind of the only one who was doing this channel, so I just went straight up to Parasitic Rabbit, just the username that I've got now. So yeah, absolutely. No, way back in the day, that was a long time ago. All right, we'll get rid of this guy. I don't know if there's anything in there, and I never go in here. Let's check it out. I might need to get my item on, actually. Oh, wow, never mind, 15 is enough. We'll just go in here. I don't know what they have in here. Is there anything? Can I search something here, actually? Yes, I can. Mad support for good people. Oh, well, thank you so much. I'm taking a lot of damage from traps. That's where the gold key is. Oh, I've never known that. I've never gone in here. And they have so much stuff, too. We have sealed chest. I don't know what that's for. I'm assuming an optional. And we got some mobs that spawned on me, which makes sense. I mean, I feel like they wouldn't give it to me for free. Let's be real. Here, we're just gonna drop this right here, and then we'll just blast all of that. Easy, easy, get some remnants. A little bit of collectibles here and there. I do like games that drop that kind of stuff. an academy of one. Well, I mean, we're building up, actually. We're kind of getting some more people. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It is an academy of one in terms of I am the only professor, but honestly, the way I imagined the parasitic rabbit, I always imagined it not as a professor, but like as the class mascot. I've always imagined myself to be the class mascot. I'm like the pet in the corner that nobody ever really pays attention to. People say they should take responsibility for it, and then they just leave it there, and nobody talks about it. It's just one of those guys. But I feel like that's kind of changed. I mean, it's more fun to profess than it is to do that, I gotta say. Anyway, I think there are 4 in here, which is just incredible. There's so many collectibles here. Oh, there's only 3, never mind. There's 3 in here, and I think the 4 was in a different room. I'm not thinking of it. That was a bad roll, too. That was a terrible roll. I thought there was a chest in there, but I think that's just optionals. I'm not too concerned about the optionals right now. We'll just move along. We'll zoom through here, because Wachter is remarkably quick if you do it the right way. And I think I did it the safer way, because I actually, anything you say to these guys, they will literally just give up on offending their family. I love it. But I like doing things the safer way there, because I don't really like this quest, and it can get very touch and go if you do it wrong. Now, I do think you have to kill him to get the chest. I could be wrong about that, but let's just kill him. Let's just do him in. Just deal with him. The dogs are not going to be that big a deal. Like, they can do a little damage because one of them spawned as a crown, but that just gives us a chance for a treasure, which is kind of the thing. And Vargas Valakovic, I am not entirely sure about the pronunciation there, but not all that big a deal. He's pretty easy to deal with. And honestly, I have every item from here. I'm not too concerned. It's all just food. Unless we get like a Reaper bonus or a Mythic bonus or something, I'm not concerned about what I pick up here. I do like the filigree. The filigree help out a lot. Now, I do wonder, like, what is your current build? Because I've seen a ton of, I've seen a ton of Dragon Lords. I've seen lots and lots of monks now. Like, ever since I came back, there have been tons of monks. For some reason, they're just so popular. I think the fixes and the fact that they streamlined it a little better and made it a little easier to understand actually might have helped it. Because Monk in 3rd edition of D&D, this isn't the game, this is literally D&D baseline. Monk is a horribly designed class in terms of trying to understand it. It gets like 120 different things, and it's way, way more difficult to understand than every other class. So I'm glad that they streamlined it somewhat. I really have always loved Shin'Tao. Shin'Tao's always been my fun thing. Have you dabbled at all with the loot lantern gimmick? I am currently building towards it. In terms of this, lanterns, I don't know if there's a new thing. If there's something else, I have not dabbled in it. I am just going loots and building them up for the, the cosmetic items. Because I'm a collector. I like to collect things every game I play. I've been playing Pokerogue on Fridays a lot, and I collect everything in that game. I'm currently farming achievements, which would be amazing for this game, but they have never done that. But yes, I collect everything, so I would definitely want those because those are cosmetic and those are cool. And I think you have to talk to her, tell me my fortune. Perfect. Monk makes my simple brain turn to mush. You and me both. If we are in the same boat on that one. I cannot do Monk. I can do Shin'Tao because it's pretty self-contained, but it's also rather difficult to understand just Monk in general. And I like that they streamlined it a little. Did I talk to her? Could you repeat what you said? I see a chamber of hidden malice and vigilance, and vigilance by fiends bound by ancient contracts. That does make sense linguistically, but it reads very weirdly. The latest now are the old lantern things from Cormyr. Oh, interesting. I don't know anything about those. I might need to check them out. Here, we'll just bop this guy, because he's the crown, so I kind of just want to get rid of him. Wizard could technically do a little, but we'll just throw on some resistances just so that I don't take too much damage. There we go. And did he drop something? No, he didn't. I will go through here. There is a different format for how you do these than I remember. So I will probably have to figure it out, but I'm just going to jump through here. Just jump through here. It's not a real jump if you fall like an idiot. That's kind of what we're at. Flame Skull, easy, got rid of them. Grim Shadows, yes, these guys. The flame skulls can be a nightmare if you do not have magic, magic missile immunity. Loots are the old lantern mechanic gimmick, recycled, I mean, just a term reference. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Because I don't remember the lanterns at all. Here, we'll just accept this, because I think you get an extra chest for this, and it's kind of a good thing to grab all of the chests at the end, because they can technically give you more potential at a, at sentience food, which is very decent. I do like that, and we can easily kill everything in here, so I'm not concerned. Yeah, I am definitely not getting the reference on that one because I don't think I remember lanterns at all. Like, I'm not originally an OG DDO player. I played in 2016, I think is when I started. It was pretty far back, yeah. Typing on mobile outside in the snow, so the typos I blame on my touchscreen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that touchscreen. Oh my goodness, they're the worst. Yeah, no, I'm not too concerned. No. I would probably not get the reference regardless, but I think I've been reading your chat there pretty well. I think so. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of credit, but I bet you I probably shouldn't. Here, we're just gonna, 2, 1, we're just gonna back away. There we go, perfect. I just wanted to not take that spectral blade because that would have been a little bit of damage and I don't really feel like taking damage. And also, wow, those last for 150. Oh no, I was thinking it's 158 minutes. It's literally an hour. Okay, never mind. Lanterns of the Mist mini hardcore experiment when Cormyr opened. I did not play that. I was away for a whole year. So yeah, I did not play that at all. So I am not going to say I can remember that. Repair, is there any way to fix this? I bet you my repair is bad. Yeah, I bet you it is. Oh no, never mind. It actually figured it out. That's weird. Okay, that's cool too. I'm fine with that. And the Ember Golem runs to the wall because he was trying to figure out pathfinding, and this place has always been bad for that. I think mostly because of this right here, because you can get out through here. And I like to find this area just in case there's a scroll there. As far as this, there's nothing, so it really doesn't matter to stick around. I'm just gonna get backwards. Here, we're gonna go through here and just kind of slowly run away. There we go. You've been translating great. Oh, okay, perfect. I like that. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, the 64-bit servers, I was not around for them. I was around basically to transfer my characters after Cormyr was already well established. And that's when I kind of got back into things, but it was so bad to play that I didn't play the whole summer pretty much. I just let the game go. It was too bad. They fixed it. It is much, much more flowing now. The only thing I have criticism of is the guild ship, which I think everybody does, but generally they fixed it very well. So that's at least something, because it was getting pretty unplayable. And I do believe these are skulls. We'll just go here, drop one there. There we go, perfect. So we got Grim Shadow. Okay, I got him. That's awesome. Yeah, the skulls can't really do anything. Actually, the shadows are probably more dangerous to me, because I have good reflex saves and I have magic missile immunity, so there's nothing they can do to stop me. So it's awesome. We're good here. There's only 2. We'll go downstairs. I'm gonna hit every one of these up just because I want to get the final chest. I want to get that sentience food if possible, and it's already almost as long regardless. Crumbling wish scroll, that's what we're looking for. These things should pop now, right? Oh, never mind. Perfect. All right, we're just gonna leave them. We're gonna walk away. Oh, cool. Is that the thing that we need? That is the Crumbling Wish Scroll, which I'm assuming I also need this one. Did I get the other word, or is there literally 2 Crumbling Wish Scrolls? Gotcha, yeah, same, took the summer off. Yeah, you really couldn't play otherwise. It was just unfortunate. And there's nothing in here, perfect. So we'll just go upstairs here. I know I could probably detour out, but I'll just run up here and deal with this guy, if he's here. And it doesn't look like he is, perfect. Oh no, this one you have to break the stuff and kill the mobs before he spawns. That's perfect, all right, I'll leave that alone. This new version of that quest is so fast and wonderful now. I like it. I really enjoy it, especially, here, we're just gonna let him die to the AoE, especially these right here, where it tells you, like, which doors you can open and stuff. Because you know, based upon how many tiles are there, how many words you have. That's really cool. Remember back in the day, it sucked so hard. It was bad. Like, it was not the greatest dungeon. They streamlined it very well. I am very appreciative of it. We have Mirax, so we can open the 2 doors now. So at least we can go in here. That's the second word. I will hit up these, but I know there are some... Yeah, there's shadows here. I thought it was a thing. I accept your gift. There we go. Oh, there's both of them in here. Okay, I accept your gift. All right, now it's the gauntlet. Now I'm actually throwing down. I made sure that I had to deal with a few enemies because I think it was getting a little too easy. A little too easy. It's going to be bad when I get the vampires and stuff on me, though. That's gonna be difficult. Chivon's laziness? Oh, come on now. I was only lazy once. That was terrible. You only need to get 1, 2, and 3 to finish and can skip the final long cutscene. So good. Yes, absolutely. You can still watch it if you want the lore, but yes, skipping it was a big deal because that saved us like 2 minutes. That's such a big deal now. Okay, I'm just gonna accept that. Perfect. We're gonna go over here, accept this. Perfect. And we'll go over here and accept that. So we'll get everything because I can actually handle that DPS. It's not bad. Oh, the moat. Okay, perfect. This is the greatest area for it to spawn because I just dealt with everything here. So let's get to this because I should be healed by the time it goes off. There we go. Perfect, perfect. Bop, and we did a bit of damage, a little bit of damage. I will drop another one of these just in case. And I will actually, because the Shadow Beast, okay, the Shadow Displacer Beast is not actually a difficult mob to kill. So this is fine. We can literally just DPS check him. It's so much easier. It's so much easier. There we go. And, okay, perfect. All right, so what are we at now? Because these take a while. I'm at 200 out of 1250. That takes a long time, this event. So I will say that at the very least, it's easy to understand, but at the very least, I'm not too keen to do this again if they do it again. I'm really not a big fan of, like, cumbersome events, I should say, which I feel like Hardcore was. Get all the favor in the game, you know? It was one of those things. It was not a great event. I did not appreciate it. But I think we still... Shadow, perfect. We still need one more word. It could spawn here. So let's just go in. Oh, that one needs the 3 words. I forgot about that. Because I have run this before since it changed. But I don't remember exactly where to... Do I need to go in the other one, actually? I think I need to go to the other side. That's fine. That's cool. We'll just get this because I've already got that. So perfect. And these guys right here should spawn, and I think we can get through. Yeah, and I could go that way if I wanted. I think you can still do that for the cheese. So let's get rid of these guys. I just want to see if you can go that way. Come on, come on. There we go, perfect. I just want to see because I think you need Greater Resto for this, but I also might be able to just kill that guy and get it done. Maybe. No, actually, no, you do need it. You can't actually do it otherwise, so never mind, it doesn't matter. We'll just deal with these guys because I don't need to go around there. I do kind of want to kill the Lich just for the monster manual though. Just a little. Ah, the hell with it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going down there. I'll just walk backwards. Just knock him over with carefully placed bolts because they're powerful. There we go. Deal with the death slots. Easy, easy, easy. Yeah, these guys are not that big a deal. I feel like the gear has gotten further than the enemies have. Holy Symbol of Ravenkind. Okay, perfect. That's what we needed, actually. I'm glad I went back here. So that's the optional now. That's not actually the, what is it? That's not the quest objective. Now the quest objective is to get the vestige. And I will go through here. Boom. There we go. There are Amber Golems and a Mimic, I believe. Yeah, this chest is a Mimic, I'm pretty sure. So that's fine. So we'll deal with him. Open this, and it should be... no, the Mimic drops after. I did get a Sentience Toolkit, though. That's pretty mean. Ooh, that's not too bad. This one's the Mimic right here, actually. There we go. Awkward treasure chest. Yeah, I see you, big guy. I see you, big treasure box. Only 8,000 HPs. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I guess that's it. Okay, that's fine. I do like that. I do need to open it through the lever because we can't get out otherwise. But I think that one might have been a unique one, so that's decent. Maybe, actually. It might have just been, yeah, just a normal. That's fine. So we still need the third one, which is upstairs. It could also be. So let's go up there. We have to avoid all this because there's somebody in the tower there who is shooting us with beams. Yeah, there we go. You can see it. He's throwing some beams down, doing some damage. And we'll go through here. This is where we needed to go for this one. So we'll go in here. I believe it's straightforward, but there's also the vampire in that I kind of want to deal with. So let's just get him. He's gone. He died to damage over time. Don't come any closer. And this guy, he's not that big a deal. I can't wait for them to put vampires in the monster manual because there's going to be so many places to get those. It's going to be so decent. But we'll go straight through here because this should be where it is. And it's also probably where the, not the amber doors, but the chests are. Or the, what is it? Huh. Oh, I didn't even realize that teleporter would be there. We literally got teleported all the way back to where we started. Time to run all the way through again. Here, let's just go over here. I'm just gonna go over here. I'm just gonna go, oh, I was hoping to kind of do that, but that's fine. I wanted to get up there and open that door because we have an optional now to do that. Oh, and there's Skelebros. They actually spawn, I think they're actually hidden in the, what is it, in the floor itself. So you actually, when you break that, you spawn a bunch of skulls on yourself. And they're all over the place too. Ooh, this is obnoxious. Here, I'm just gonna deal with them because I don't want skulls following me. They're kind of painful. Actually, that's a boss mob. Nice. Okay, never mind. We'll deal with the Quasit and the Fiery Vengeance. This is a, what is it? A Vargui? I think it is. It's a optional chest that you can get. It's not too bad, but we might as well go ahead and grab it because I think all of these can drop filigree and potentially like basic Barovia weapons that you can eat up. So that's still fine. I will take it. So now we can go this way. We'll just avoid that glittering gold because not all things that glitter that are gold are good. And we'll bop this guy. Easy. And there's our scroll. Perfect. So I will get this. Here we go. And I'm going to go down there and grab the rest of the Strahd's Attention stuff. Eterna. So that's our third word. So we need Maverus, I think, still. But we can go through here and get all these because I'm not too concerned about these mobs. There we go. Accept your fate. They're doing enough damage that they're gonna drop one here. That's perfect. And now I can drop one here and heal up perfectly. Yeah, that's the thing is around here, it's pretty easy because they can't hit me very hard. And when they do, like when they actually hit me at all, then I can drop Consecrates. So it all works out. And we can get this because that just opened up. So perfect. And oh, Melanie's, oh, a rare. I will take that. Rares are nice. Rares are decent. It's not one of the best ones like Prowess and what is it? Prowess is from here, I'm pretty sure, but it also could be Sharn. I don't remember exactly. But Prowess is a decent one, and so is Crackshot Negotiator, so is Shatter Device. There are a few that are really good. I think I'm being followed, so we'll just deal with that. Just get rid of them before they become an issue. And I'm just gonna open up some doors here, because I want to get the last of these. There we go, perfect. Bring all these guys in, bop everything. Easy, easy, easy. Easy, easy, easy. Benighted Ghouls are not that big a deal. And I think these are the last ones. What's the catch? Did Strahd accept? I accept, sure. I don't know what that one is, but I feel like that one is actually the more dangerous one, but I don't remember exactly what they all do. I'm just grabbing buffs. Just buff it all up. So we'll go through here and we'll head to the boss. And I love that I've only gone through the second part and it's been a whole hour. This is pretty amazing and terrible at once. I love it. Here, I'm not gonna open all the doors actually. I was thinking about it just for a second, but no. I'll just go up here, we'll just deal with the final boss. And maybe, oh, I need another. I do need to open the doors. Oh no. All right, what do we need to do? We need to go to this room, and I think there was one that we didn't have access to probably on this side. There totally was actually, and I know that that's the one we're going to, but I'm gonna go in here because we can at least get the Mimic out of here, I'm pretty sure. I think there's one in here as well. There's also these Amber Golems, which are in stealthy mode, which is kind of impressive. I didn't expect that they would be, but that's fine. Actually, one of the weird things is we might be able to find the secret door here. Let's just check it out. Just out of curiosity. And let's see here. Yes, we can. We can skip that other section entirely. That's not too shabby. I am moving very slowly. Oh, it's because I am slowed. Okay, perfect. So we'll keep going slower. We'll keep going because I don't have any any paralysis removal potions. We'll get both of these, get that, there we go. Get this, go through here. There's so much stuff in here, but it's all coming back to me. And I will get all these Amber Sarcophagi if I can. No, I actually do need to go the other way if I'm gonna do the full thing. Okay, never mind, I will do that because I actually want to get that full one. I want to get the full thing. So we're just gonna go this way and we're gonna go backwards. I will go D-door just to make it faster because I feel like I can explore the entire other section at this point, which works out well. Let's go here, we'll get that speed going. We'll just zoom it right along, go right in there. I do like the architecture of this game. Now, there are certain inconsistencies. Like giant architecture tends to be in places that giants would not have been. They wouldn't have perused those areas. But otherwise, it's pretty decent, but there are inconsistencies that I'm not too big a fan of. Being a lore guy, basically. I like to actually see the lore work out and be consistent all the way through. And is this guy Is he dead? No, he just didn't spawn with his friends. Okay. He's just kind of hanging out. He's just doing his thing. Is there a secret door here? Yes, there is. Perfect. I'm starting to remember slowly, which is awesome. This literally was one breakable thing in the whole thing. Do we have anything else here? No, I think we're good. That's so weird. Okay, sometimes they're duds. Sometimes you don't get stuff for opening doors, but most of the time you do. Here, let's open this up. There we go. We'll just let these guys run this way. I know there's guys that are all around me right now. I'm just gonna run through and we're gonna blast them. There we go. They're not that big a deal, as I said. They do a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot. Basically, I can take the damage they're doing. And as long as, I was kind of hoping as long as they would hit me one more time, I get the heal, but I have to actually spend my magic for it. Now, something that is in this game that you might not know if you haven't watched a lot of Dito is the magic that you spend, you don't get it back, which is kind of interesting. I do need to get rid of him, which is kind of interesting for a game. Like, it doesn't restore naturally through most situations. Sometimes, like, bards in particular can restore magic, but that's about it. I think that's pretty much the only one. Easy, not too problematic. Get this, and we'll just gather these guys around and just blap them all. There we go, get them all out of here. Because shadows are not that big a deal. I've gotten all but 6 doors. Maybe I just go around and open the last couple. Here, we'll just drop down here. We'll go over here. I know we can open this one, so that's fine. I can open any door in the game now, so at least I can go through and open the last few just to see if it does anything, because I'm not sure if it will. I'm not sure. Oh no, we need to go there. That's where the Vestiges things are. That's where the Strahd's attention stuff is. So we will get this because we actually need these to complete that. I forgot about that. So it was perfect that we're going around doing the doors because I would have forgotten. So we'll get this, easy, get some more gifts. We got so many dark gifts and they should be able to just gather around. Perfect. Easy, 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 easy. Oh, we actually got the Hellhounds. That's so cool. I love the Hellhound gift that you get where these guys stick around with you. I think they leave after you leave the dungeon now, but initially you could keep them for like an hour and just go through different stuff. It was a little bit cheesy, just a little bit, but it was awesome and I liked it. This door we've already opened. That one we've opened. We have 4 left. What doors have I not opened yet? That's so weird. I don't recall any door. Like, it says 4 door symbols, but I'm pretty sure this door is already opened. So let's just go over there just out of curiosity and see if we can do something with it. No, it's all open. Yeah, they're all opened. So I guess that's kind of a thing. We might not have gotten that unless we open them using the words. So that might be a thing now. But that's fine. I'm cool with that. Now we can go through. We can open every door in the game. I can go and kill my Lich. We should be good. I do need to kill this other nerd face up there. So I will go there too. Because I'm already dealing with the Guardians. I might as well just go straight through. Investigate the disturbance. Oh, that's the one I always miss because I always zoom through so fast. I will actually go and figure that one out too. So that's fine. Boom, flame skulls. Pretty straightforward. And honestly, those Hellhounds will probably be able to deal with them. Those are the boss mobs. Those are the guys right there. There we go. And they can't hit me from up here because they're just werewolves. There we go, doing some damage. I think I can actually beat this guy right now. Yeah, because he can't reach me, so he's just sitting there. There we go, so that's 1 down. Open every amber sealed door. I'm down to 2. How did that happen? I thought I just opened the 1 there. That's fine, I'm cool with that if that's what they want to give. We'll just go up here though and we'll deal with this guy. Bam! Heinrich Stoltz. What a name, I love it. Just not necessarily what a name as in this is a weird name. No, what a name as in what a name for a Yugoloth in particular. That's just unusual to me. We got the crumbling scroll, nice. Oh, hey, how you doing, Melty? Thank you for the raid. We are playing DDO today, Dungeons and Dragons. You mentioned this the last time I was on your stream, and yeah, I'm showing it off. I'm showing off what it's like and what we do here. So we'll just go in and just do some stuff. Basically, right now, all I'm doing is I'm trying to complete a certain quest chain in order to get, effectively, it's just skills, in order to get more skills. How's the game? It is going very well. We are probably a little too tough for this dungeon and maybe this chain in particular, but I think I'll probably be moving on to something a little more difficult later. This guy right here, I'm just gonna go over here and trigger him because if we find out where his phylactery is, then he gets very upset about it. He doesn't like it when you try to kill him. That's basically what's going on here. But how is everybody doing today? I'm going to deal with this guy the best way that I know how, by using every single bit of damage that I should not be using or wasting on this dude, because he's not that difficult to beat. But anyway, yes, how are you guys doing today? Did you have a great weekend? I hope that you did. It is the first stream. Oh wow, Fireball Scroll. That they put him in a lot of different locations now. They've changed this dungeon so much. I was not prepared for this. This sure has a lot of hotkey bars. It normally does not. I have placed every single hotkey because I use all these bars for different things. This build in particular actually uses very few of the bars. Normally, like this is all full, this is all full. These are all my support spells. These are all my offense, all my defense boosting. As you could tell, this is not a defensive build at all, so I have nothing to boost defense. This is like utility, but I'm basically just putting challenge stuff there because I had nothing to put there. I have bars for everything. We'll skip the cutscene. We'll just move along because we know what's going on here. That's an MMO for you. It totally is, yeah. And we have an actual fight to go on here, so this should be decent, hopefully, because I have to deal with all these bosses and I think more of these mobs that'll spawn in. But honestly, they're weaker than I thought they were, so maybe it won't be that tough at all. Maybe it won't be that tough at all. I'm a very hyper offensive build right now, so I'm actually killing things way faster than I probably should, which is decent. Yeah, and we did get a few more come in, but they just died immediately. Like, there's no chance. They have no opportunity to beat me. I beat the quest before I even finished the last of the mobs. So yeah, that's a thing. We got 21 grand for finishing the mobs though, so that's decent. Does bunny hopping help in MMOs? Okay, weirdly enough, yes, but in this one, if you hop in place, you can actually jank out especially ranged combatants because they'll try to shoot for where you were, not for where you are. If you're standing right here, if you're just like standing there and shooting, then they're going to shoot you. But if you jump around, they will shoot up here and down here and up here and down here because you're basically moving around so much. Yeah, new tech. It's a very old game. Don't get me wrong. It is a very old game. This game is 2006 is when it came out. And it shows, but it has so many build options and so much variety that I've just always, like, as far as MMOs, it has always held a soft spot for me. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. But I do like the massive amount of different things that you don't normally get in MMOs in this one. Like, normally you get like DPS, tank, heals, right? Those are your three main guys. In this one, you have guys that are basically built around crowd control. That's their entire thing. They don't do anything else. You have people who can instantly kill enemies. That's their whole thing. They don't do anything else. You have guys that you can basically tank by ranged kiting, and they're designed to specifically do that. It's a very interesting type of game like that. And honestly, I'm not even the guy who does very well at building characters. I just kind of go with what I know. So this guy is just killing everything because I built him to be hyper offense. But I have 26 different tunes. So I have a lot of variety of different characters, and each one of them is kind of structured to do a different thing. Like, I have a guy that specifically buffs his own pets so that the pets and stuff do the damage for him. Stuff like that. What class do you have never seen this game before? So basically, Dungeons & Dragons Online, you are not a set class, but you can kind of play around with it in multi-class. So I'll show you. I am Ranger 18. I am Rogue 2. I can actually just, basically, I can take levels in any class that I want, as long as my alignment also aligns with that class's alignment. So there's a certain way of having to play around. Like, paladins have to be lawful good for, you know, obvious reasons. They are the nice, happy-go-lucky, honorable knights. So they have to be, and honorable knights for justice and kindness. They're basically based on the Arthurian myth. So if I was not lawful good, I can't be a paladin. Similarly, bards do not adhere to social stricture, so you cannot be lawful if you are a bard. They are always chaotic or neutral. Stuff like that, you know? But generally, you can choose any class in the game as long as you plan it out properly. So I am a Ranger 18 Rogue 2, but that is not the tree that I'm using. I'm actually using a universal tree that anybody can access that is basically a dual crossbow, kind of like a sidearm shooter tree, which is really decent, but for crossbows. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I think, am I done? I think I am. I think I am done. Perfect. I was trying to figure out if I was actually done this entire section, and I think I am, so we're just going to move along to section number 3. We'll go to Van Richten's Tower. a morality system in an MMO. It is basically a morality system in D&D, and it was just translated into this game because this is based on 3rd edition model. So this is based on 3.5, I believe it is, which has alignment kind of like a holdout from 2nd edition and 1st edition. It wasn't really great in those, but it allows you to play around with certain things, and it helps balance very powerful things like the paladin, because they're not able to kind of like, you can't be a paladin and also be a barbarian, which are both really powerful melee classes, for example. Stuff like that. Imagine having a 65 in Dex traditional. Yes, that is definitely a thing. What is it? My 65 in Dex, I have 50 in Con, I have 36 Strength. By the way, I do not use Strength for anything, but I have a 36 in it. I have built this character to be pretty decent, but my stats are low compared to a lot of people's stats. I've seen people with like 110 in Dex, for example. It's insanity how they get to that number. So yeah, certain builds are much more capable of exploiting higher numbers. I am not doing the highest difficulty with the dungeons that I'm doing. You have solo, you have normal, hard, elite, and Reaper. And Reaper has 10 different modes of difficulty. And at Reaper 10, you basically just get one shot. Here, you know what? Let's just go in. I'm just gonna show you how difficult Reaper 10 is and how I'm not equipped to deal with it solo. So we'll go in here and I will just try to fight some of these mobs. But I'll show you that my stats are not actually that big a deal, because it's going to be bad. It's going to be terrible. Now, you will notice my HP and stuff have gone up. I have trees that help with this, but look at how little I do to these guys now. And watch them hit me. I just want to see if somebody's going to punch me. Here, I'm just going to let them. Look at that. Boom. Gone instantly. Instantly, as soon as they look at me, because I do not have the stats for this mode at all. But it's basically the difficulty curve allows better players than myself to play at much higher levels. I have joined groups of Reaper 10. This is not the build I tend to use with them. Instant death. It was over. It was done. There was no way, right? Yeah, like, that's kind of what we're talking about here. Sometimes I'm capable. Most times I am not. Like, I need to be at range in order to do anything. I didn't use my burst or anything. I didn't bother because I knew I was getting one shot anyway. But yeah, that's what happens. So there's a lot of different difficulty modes in this game. So we'll go back there. 3.5 is where the game was pretty hardcore still, and your role was a big deal. Exactly. Yeah, 3.5 was the number crunch, edition of D&D. 5th edition was it's streamlined, everybody is able to approach and play it and do what they want kind of edition. I like 5th edition for how well it streamlined D&D in general, because 3rd edition, it went too hard. It went too hard on the numbers. So yeah, from then on where the classes became a lot more multifunctional. Yes, I feel like the classes in general were always pretty capable of bleeding one into another, but you could never really go like 10 of one, 10 of another. So in this game, in 5th edition, tabletop version, you can basically make let's say 9 rogue, 11 barbarian, for example, and you can make that work because of the way that certain talents and abilities that you actually want come about. They come about by a certain level, and they don't scale poorly like they do in 3rd edition. 3rd edition, I will need to talk to this guy actually, but 3rd edition, you will actually need to get certain abilities, and you will need to level up in specific classes in order to amplify the power of those abilities. Casters in particular are like that. So in terms of casting, if you are not the same class for your caster, you see the massive disparity in damage now. Now I can actually deal with them. But if you're not the same caster when you level up, then you won't gain power in that caster's abilities. They will stay the same power level that they always were. So that's kind of a thing. So yes, 100%. I will go downstairs actually first. I was thinking going upstairs, but downstairs is easier because when you go upstairs first, the boss will actually he'll be basically on the high ground above you. And that's something I'm not too appreciative of. I don't want him to have an advantage. I don't think I'm gonna have much difficulty, but he does spawn massive amounts of mobs. So I don't want to die. It's just kind of a thing. This all seems very complicated. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. It is very complicated. It is extremely complicated. However, the best way to play 3rd edition in general, not just this game, but 3rd edition in general, is to have somebody kind of help you through it. Because I find that there's a lot of encumbering sort of mechanics and schematics to this type of gameplay that if you're not a D&D mainline player, you're not going to enjoy. But if you do get into D&D mainstream, and you actually start playing it as your tabletop or MMO or whatever of choice, then 3rd edition probably has more for you than 5th edition, because there will be more variety in what you can do, in how you can build yourself, in how much power or how little power in a certain area you're willing or wanting to put out, basically. That's kind of where I think D&D 3.5 shines, is they have so much you can do. So much you can do. But yes, it is very unwieldy to a new player. I think you should start with 5th edition, get used to it, enjoy it. It's going to be pretty approachable, and then work your way towards 3rd. And that's kind of the way that I feel like a lot of people would have to do it to kind of appreciate what 3rd has to offer. Because otherwise, yeah, you're just walking into a quagmire. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be enjoyable. Here, I'm just going to jump a little bit there. Another reason that I jump in particular is for this ability here. If I stay still, then I get stacks of power that increase my damage output. But if you jump, you still count as staying still, because it only counts the x-axis, the horizontal. So it doesn't count your vertical. It's amazing. I love this UI. What's with the top left green bar connection? All right, so basically this is, I like putting that up there to see what my latency is, because I don't have incredible internet where I do my streaming. We do have decent internet here. It's just in this room, it does not very well play out with me. So I do like to know kind of where I'm at so that I can fix things on the fly. But that's just for this game. Most games I don't seem to have a problem, so I basically just use it as I've always had it, kinda. Okay, there's our moat. Perfect. So we actually, and teleported to me. I like that. So we'll deal with these guys, and I'm going to sing to this moat and get some good stuff out of it, hopefully. I've been building towards this particular event for a bit, so I need to kill off some of these guys so that I get basically cosmetic items for the event. It's not that big a deal, but it is something, and I enjoy a lot of collections, so it's just kind of a me thing. But I actually burst down, so he was really easy to deal with. This guy has a lot more HP. He has almost 100 grand. So he's going to take a little bit more, but he still can't do too much to me. I'm on my aura. I'm good. There we go. Easy. Yeah, the burst in this one is really good. That's actually where my hyper offense comes from, is my burst. Specifically, no holds barred. Does so much damage. It's so good. And we're just going to hit these guys. I'm just going to let them run after me, because I need to collect mold in this area. So we'll just jump past all these guys. Oozes are very slow. I'll just let them gather around. There we go. Because I kind of want to... There we go. Kind of wanted to kill them all at once so that all of the spawns that they have would also die. There's a strategy to my madness. There's kind of a method. So yeah. But this UI is very cluttered to the average person. I have a couple of friends. They have probably half this many bars, and they don't understand why I play this way. But it's like, I need all these bars. This one holds all my offense. This one holds all my utility. I need this for my hirelings. I need this for my mounts and other like random miscellany. You know, it's one of those things. I just have so many bars. I didn't see anyone. Okay, perfect. Sometimes people spawn there. I kind of wanted to kill them off, but that's fine. We'll just go through here. Actually, you know what I could do? I could just teleport back to the beginning. I could just go back to the beginning and just get an easy way back to the top and just zoom through. So basically, I'm just using my speed boost to get a little bit further ahead, but yeah, I have so many different things. And this UI is not confusing to me at all. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where I can see it, but I've always kind of had a way with like structure and especially with like cataloging certain things. So I always know where abilities go. Like my hyper offense stuff all goes in these first 4 keys, for example. My healing always goes in the last 3. Any defensive boost that I have like this goes right there. There's always a strategy to my madness. It feels like as an MMO player, I play way different than as any other game. The only MMO I've ever played was Warframe. This type of combat is very foreign to me. Yeah, I mean, I think it's at least decent, but it is definitely not the same. But if it helps you, a lot of what you learn at the beginning of this game is like point and click stuff. And then you can get abilities that gradually augment what you can do. These things that I'm doing now are kind of the upper echelon of what you are capable of doing in this game. Like all the different abilities, all the different auras I have on. And I'm basically just letting them work for me. So right now it seems very simplistic, like there's not a whole lot I'm doing, but that's because all of my stuff has been kind of curated to do what I'm doing, you know? It's very weird. It's very weird. If you grew up in my era, you'd be living off of crappy freemium MMOs all day long. Admittedly, yeah, probably. There were a lot of them out there. Like, World of Warcraft revolutionized things and brought things to a new level where basically it killed off the entire MMO industry because it was the only one that was powerful. That has changed more recently. However, yes, it is definitely the case that there are a ton of games like this. This one in particular, as I said, has very specific and unique mechanics that I enjoy. So that's kind of what I like about it. Now, I'm just going full burst against this guy, so he's very clearly not living like the other 100k HP dude did. And honestly, at this point, we should have tons of mobs coming in. I'm just killing them before they even get to me. Never mind. All right, we're not going to have anything. They won't even reach me. This is amazing. Yeah, super easy, super easy. Is this an official server? Yes, this actually is. This is, I am on, what is it, Shadowdale? There is Shadowdale, there's Cormyr, and there is, I think, Thrain are the three main official servers of, like, the US, Canada area. The EU server, I forget the name of it, but it'll tell you literally right beside the server. Dungeons and Dragons Online, you can get it on Steam if you want. It's free. Like, you can play for free. They kept their lights on. They're actually doing very well keeping the lights on. I don't know how they do it, but apparently they're able to do it very well, and they get constant content. Yeah, glad they managed to keep it running. Yeah, 2006 to now. That's a pretty big deal. Oh wow, never mind. I couldn't zone out. There were too many people. Here, we'll just get in there. Let's get in there, and then I can AoE everything. They tripped me. Oh, they knocked me over. They can't do any damage to me though, because I threw down my healing aura, so I'm actually safe. Oh, actually, no, I haven't killed this plant in here. I will kill this guy too. This guy's decent to kill because I think I get some extra XPs for him. So we'll just do that. We'll go in here. We'll just start throwing down on him while he's going through his animation. Just cheese it out. And every time I put my healing down, I also get a damage boost. So it's also really good. So easy, easy, easy. Not too shabby. Most devs eventually just say, yeah, we're axing it, so go pop off, community devs. Yeah, that is a lot of games development companies, yeah. Because you don't really, like, if you've run a game for 12 years, for example, you don't want to keep running it too often because that's going to be all you are. You want to kind of move on to the next best thing. So I can't blame people for wanting to drop them. The thing that annoys me is that you as a consumer lose everything. If you built into a game, you can't play it anymore because the servers aren't on, and they don't get to, like, they're not mandated by law, these companies, to go for abandonware. They don't have to set their MMOs or any IPs to the general public. I think that our IP laws could use a bit of work because honestly, that would be the ultimate in customer service from the government side of things, but I don't know if they can handle that level of power. So I'm kind of tentative on where we can sit on that. Some MMOs can go forever, like EverQuest and World of Warcraft. Yes, that is true. I feel like this MMO can also go on forever, and weirdly can go on maybe, if you're going to count forever as like a gradient somehow, don't ask me how that could happen, but I feel like this game can go on further. You guys weren't here at the beginning when I was mentioning this. The reason I'm doing what I'm doing right now is to gain skill tomes to basically get additional skills, because you can actually relife your character. You can bring them all the way back to level 1 and then get special perks and stuff by doing that. So that'll carry through every single life that you have with that character. So this game has a system in place that intentionally permits it to go infinite, which is very interesting to me. I like that. This Yester Hill might be horrible with my internet, but we'll see what happens. Like, the lightning there is actually so high fidelity in the quest that it has been known to crash computers. So yeah, they fixed that a lot to make it so that you can actually play it, and my computer can probably handle it. I just want to see how it works with the net. So if it starts to stammer or stutter, I will find a different quest to do, just to let you guys know. That's cool, like a rebirth type of thing. I don't think that exists in any other MMO. Yes, that is another mechanic that this MMO has in spades. It is really, really fun. It is amazing, and I love that they did that, because that gives so much replayability to this game that normal MMOs, even though they would have, you know, you constantly develop a character class, you don't get to just like change it. Like when you relife a character this inquisitive, I could turn him into something else. I could turn him into an artificer, for example, or like a paladin or a druid or a cleric or whatever I want the next life. And he keeps the perks and the buffs that he had through that system, but he gets to play that new class as well. Like, there's a lot to that reincarnation system. And there are different kinds of reincarnations too. They've actually almost tripled and quadrupled down on that system. So if you reincarnate, say, here, I'm level 20 right now, but technically with my epic levels, you can barely see it. I'm level 31 down there. So the game goes up to 34. You can relife from 30 or up down to 20 and get different perks than you would from 20 down to 1. And then you can still change up how your class plays in both of those different formats. There's so much to it. If I had the materials offhand, I would go ahead and just show you guys how it works. And I'm getting close to that, so maybe in a future stream, this character will actually go through that system to show people what I mean by it. It is a very cool system. I love how they did it. So we're just going through here, just dealing with these guys. There's not a whole lot of danger, so I'm actually gonna bring these guys along and just kind of make myself get into a more dangerous situation, just because I think it'll be more fun to get out of. So we'll just drag a few. Every time you get too many mobs, you get a dungeon alert. That's the first tier. There are 5 different tiers of alerts. On the 5th one, you're basically stopped in place. You cannot move. And they get massive amounts of power. So as you can tell, this one, I'm actually taking some damage just with the green alert. Imagine if I was on the highest tier, the purple alert. That would be horrible. But not too shabby, all things considered. I've got tons of healing auras. I do need to get this moat because the purple is actually a really good moat to get. I might need to go full burst on this one. Oh, and they're giving me harpies too. These are CC monsters. I don't like them. I don't like them. What do we got? We got Song Hunter Hag. That's the CC, yeah. I'm not a big fan of the crowd control because I don't have good enough willpower to avoid a lot of their crowd control. But honestly, I'm kind of avoiding the damage here, just jumping around, just doing some shenanigans. She's not doing anything to me. Oh, there's some CC. That can make me dance. I'm gonna get out of that. I saved against it, which was decent, but I don't want to keep risking it. There we go. Easy, easy. That was not too shabby. She's actually way easier to deal with than the other CC ones. How many hours do you have of this character? Ooh, here, /played, I think is how you go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I forget the command. Here, you know what? Hours played. I'm literally going to check it out just to see, because there is a oh, it's /time. Let's try this. /time. Is it not? Oh my goodness. I don't know what the code is. I would love to tell you. It's a lot. It's like dozens of hours. Dozens and dozens of hours. I could not tell you the exact amount, but I know there's a code specifically for it, and I don't remember exactly what it is. I will get back to you on that one, though. I will get back to you on that one, just because it might require some intensive Googling. This is a less well-known game in terms of, or I guess a less well-traveled game in terms of like guides and builds and stuff. So you kind of got to go digging for information sometimes on it. It is a very well-known game. Yeah, I'm sure it is a lot. You seem to know everything. Oh, no. For you see, I am not the knowledgeable arbiter. I like to think that I know a few things, but I'm not going to claim to know so much about it. I think that honestly, the stuff that I know is stuff that, for example, if you want to play it, you'd probably figure it out pretty quickly. There isn't too much to the game after you start getting into it. But it's more like, the things that you really need to know are stuff that you kind of have to be taught by a person who's already playing it. So grouping with people in the game is just beneficial. Like, there are certain mechanics specific to classes that you would not know if you did not play it properly, and there are certain options and choices that you can make in the game that will actually ruin your character. So there are things like that. Like, it is a hardcore game. It is built for 3rd edition. Yeah, it's a very hardcore game. Gotta find a guide from 2006. Yeah, that's the thing. A literal, like, go onto the forums and stuff and find guides from those people that lead to, oh, what was it? I literally found stuff for like Pokemon and stuff like that way back in the day when I was a kid looking stuff up on the internet. I can't remember what the specific site was, but it was like this 8-bit nonsense site. Yeah, I love learning Dota that way. Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about too. But there are specific little like cheesy sites that you can get where they have sort of like emote icons made of just lines to give you images. And they have those on those sites. I can't remember what the sites are, but they're so antiquated looking. Reading the original guides for characters that weren't even released in Dota 2 yet. Oh, really? Wow, I can't believe they're still findable. I guess I'm kind of surprised that Google actually manages to figure it out. Now, mind you, at least with DDO, there are things like the DDO wiki is very well kept as far as a games wiki. Very, very well kept. So I will say it's not that antique, but it is definitely one of those things where you might have to dig for special information, like especially newer stuff about a specific quest or even, you know, mechanics about a specific raid that has not been done in a while. You might have to go digging for that stuff because that stuff would not be available in most places. I'm just gonna go and grab these guys first and get everyone over here. That's decent damage on them. Oh no, I gotta pop up on the side. Here, all right, we're getting rid of it quick. There we go, perfect. Get rid of it quick and then keep going. It's all about going. So not too shabby. I love the improvisational method of just like having to get rid of pop-ups and stuff for like word processors that I use for my writing and such. You know, trying to tell me, you know, if you want to buy this Christmas deal. No, I do not. I definitely do not. There's no deal you can give me. It's okay, Noodle. We also like Elden Ring around here. I have not played Elden Ring at all. I really, really want to. I cannot relate. You guys reading stuff a year older than I am. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, there's some stuff that, there's some like experiences I think that we've had that you do not want to replicate because of how hideous they were, but they're also really goofy to look at. I'm just going to spawn everything on me. He's just going to spawn mobs as we go through. I think I can handle them. If I can't, this will be a really stupid strategy. The alerts are piling up. These guys are at least a lot of casters, and the casters can't do a whole lot to me, but the trips can do a lot, actually. There we go. I got some heals. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. There we go. All right, now we're dealing with it. Perfect. I stabilized. That worked out so well. It was a plan. We planned that out. But I wanted to get a little bit more difficulty there because I wanted to actually get to a point where I could potentially die. I think that provides a little bit more of a little bit of a touch and go, you know? It's kind of one of those things. Come on now, I've played all the Souls games except Dark Souls 2 and Sekiro. I literally have played Dark Souls 1, and I couldn't get far in that one. It was the combat that did it. That was the thing. The combat was so bad. Prowess is amazing. That's great. That's not one of the best filigree. These are basically used for like high-end endgame weapons to increase their power even more, like physical resistance, melee power. This is all stuff that you can just get in spades in the upper difficulties. In the lower difficulties, it's a lot tougher to get that stuff. So that's actually a really decent item. It's not the greatest one of its kind, and it's not a rare, which can give you more stats, but it is decent. I guess I'll just clean these guys up here just because I didn't want them accidentally hitting me at some point while I'm trying to zone out. He should die soon. There we go. 1100 dot. He's gone. Perfect. Why do you look like you're covered in ice? That is actually my cloak. Yes, this is actually my character here. Which the crossbows disappeared, so don't look at that too close. But that is actually I think a winter cloak. Yes, this is the Cloak of Winter. It's from the Feywild set. Basically, a bunch of nature and Eladrin. I don't know if you know what those are. They're effectively like elves, but they're elves that are more in tune with the seasons. That's basically the entire gimmick. So every Eladrin has a particular affinity to a particular season. It's a whole story arc. It's not too big a deal, but it's a thing. That's why that looks like that, because I actually have a lot of ice-themed items. The, what is it? The vest here is actually from Sharn, which is just a giant city. And basically, you're just trying to help a businessman against another businessman. It's a thing. There's a lot of storylines. I love the story. I don't know how much you guys want me to annoy you with my love of the lore, but it's a thing. And Ruins of Berez is actually a really fun one. I do enjoy this. I actually like this dungeon a lot. It's just got the right like aesthetic for if you've never played D&D, if you've never played the Curse of Strahd for the tabletop, this is the other aesthetic. Basically, there is Strahd and the vampire and the like Transylvania stuff that is very thematic and kind of like the box art of the set. And then there's the stuff about Baba Lysaga, the basically hag that lives in the swamp. This is the most quintessential quest for that. So this tells you a lot about that lore. I like this one a lot. And honestly, it just looks so cool. Like the aesthetic of the area is just so awesome and it's so gnarly. It's so cool. I like it. And the mists especially, these are a mechanic out in the wilderness area, which is not really that big a deal because the wilderness was not like a lot of the wilderness games or a lot of the wilderness sections in this game were not done in such a way that you really care about the storyline behind them, which is disappointing. This one in particular was better, but it wasn't great just because a lot of them are basically just a gimmick. They're just like kind of, here's how you can get from point A to point B. And there's not a whole lot of stopping here and checking out the place and doing some fun stuff. I love these scarecrows getting off of these, off of the twigs there. It's just amazing. All right, we will drop a thing here because they're doing some real damage. Wow, I did not realize they were doing that much. I almost died there. They did, like, I literally got hit by like 20 things. Okay, there we go, perfect. So maybe I don't take that many things on at once. Well, I'm not paying attention. But yes, basically the wilderness zone in this area has a lot of mist mechanics that'll teleport you to different places and give you like negative levels, which is a mechanic in 3rd edition that will weaken you temporarily. In the tabletop, it weakens you permanently, so it's a little different, but this is a video game, so they wouldn't do that to you. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't be that mean to you. That would be fun, but it would not be great for the replayability of the game. So what the negative levels do are they basically reduce your stats to a level that would have been lower than yours for a certain amount of time, usually like 5 minutes. I think this is a bad alert. I think I did something here and I got a moat perfect. I do need to get rid of some of these dudes. There we go. Minimize the alert a little bit because that was getting scary. But jumping around is actually a real mechanic in this one. You can avoid a lot of damage this way. There we go. That sounds horrible, the negative levels. Oh, they totally are. Now, there is a reason. I have, there are so many trees, by the way. I have these trees that I've spec'd out. I have these trees that I've spec'd out. I have these trees that I've spec'd 1 into all the way, because it gives you tons of HP. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. But this tree, Shadow Dancer in particular, I got rid of the energy drain problem because I became immune to it. Negative levels count as energy drain, so I can't take negative levels anymore. Specifically because of what you're saying, it is a horrible thing to be like, you are just artificially weaker now. Your stats are all lower. Your ability to evade damage is all weaker. You're just a weaker character now. So yeah, that's a total, it ruins your entire playstyle to a certain degree. But it is designed for certain mobs to be incredibly difficult to deal with. No more level drains. Yippee, undead guys love that. Yes, yes, absolutely. Believe it or not, you can actually be an undead in this game. There are multiple ways that you can make your character undead in this game. You can also be a machine. You can be a like an elemental, an ascended elemental. There's a lot of different stuff you can do. It's cool there's something to specifically counter that. There are actually a few things that you can do. Clerics in particular, and I think Favored Souls and a couple others, get what is called Death Ward. It's a spell that you can add that'll make you immune to instant death effects and immune to those energy drains that I mentioned. So it's like that energy drain immunity plus. It's a really decent spell. There is one mon in the game that can instantly kill you with a certain ability, but also gets rid of spells like that to stop you from being able to stop him. I will need to go and actually activate stuff. There we go. I'm kind of going on autopilot here, just kind of like that's how I do it. So I wasn't paying attention, but we'll go over here. But yes, there are actually spells in the game that will be able to do that. So... sorry, there are mons in the game that can do that, so you can actually basically, you'll walk in there assuming you have a certain defense, and you do not have that defense against them. I like that because there's like, for every sort of like ability you have to check the enemy, there's an enemy that checks that. There's so much variety in this. There are so many damage types, there's so many different enemies that can do different things. I am too powerful for this area, but that's mostly just because I'm kind of just coasting through and having a chill stream right now. If I was doing raids, I would not be able to do what I'm doing right now. There is no way I could take that on. I might be able to take on like 1 or 2 raid mobs before I need to worry about getting back to the group because they'll beat my ass, you know? So I can only do so much. And I think I might have, no, I didn't miss anybody. Perfect, okay. This would normally be like locked up if I hadn't cleared up the mobs. So I got to deal with them. I will go and get some more things though, because I think the few mobs that we have here is not enough. We need an alert. We need to get some stuff in here. Okay, let's get some stuff. I should be able to get red alert from this too. There we go, there we go. Okay, there we go, perfect. This is red alert. So this is gonna be way more difficult. Let's see. Oh, it just insta-killed everything. Never mind. Okay, that's fine, I got it. Easy win. And there we go, perfect. Deal with the rest. That's so good. Hey, you stream amazingly. I'd love to be one of your loyal fans and support you. Mind adding me on Discord? I mean, you can join my Discord. It's in the, here, it should be, this one. There we go. You can join my Discord if you want. I don't generally add just specific people, but like unless I know you very well and stuff like that. That's a bot. I expected it is. Yeah, it's probably a bot. But if they were a real person, then that would be a thing. I do think that probably the way that they're talking is a little too mechanical. It's an evil bot. They're all evil, yes. It's a little too mechanical, but at the same time, I talk that way too when I go into people's streams, and I have to clarify I'm not a bot sometimes. So, I don't know, it's one of those things. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You'd be exposing your actual friends to harm. If they do anything, I don't imagine they can do much with a Discord channel. I'm really not too concerned, but yeah, I'll just get rid of them and just ban them. Like, I have no problem banning people. It annoys me that I would have to do that, but it is a thing that I'm like, if you are doing something that is harming the rest of the people that I actually enjoy talking to and having in the Discord, then sure, that's fine. But anyway, anyone else who wants to join, that's also cool. I'm not too concerned. I don't tend to hide from people, you know? So that's one of those things. Here we go. And I don't think anybody really should. I feel like that would kind of be a recipe for disaster. We're gonna have bots. It's gonna be a thing. It's nightmarish, but you deal with it. I've had some of my Discord get hijacked before. How does that happen? I feel like there has to be more steps on that. I mean, I can check into it. That's not a big deal, but still. Yeah, whatever the case might be. I'm not too concerned about adding people. Clicking sus links, yeah. No, maybe I should actually include that. A specific message just to tell people never to click anything that anybody posts. But that's a little bit too encompassing, I don't know. Tends to be the biggest issue. Yeah, and honestly, at a certain point, I feel like our society's biggest threat is literally just clicking the wrong link and having a hacker steal their stuff. So people who don't know that, I don't know what I could do to help that out. I'm not sure. And I don't even want to be mean about it. I'm not sure what can be done because we already know how much of a massive threat that is in society. So maybe there's some way that I can do it, but as I said, there might just be the whole warn people about clicking links thing unless you know the person. And that's just a general rule I'd throw out. I don't even know if I would add that because I do think it's pretty ubiquitous in our society. I do know that there are certain people who still get scammed like that. It sucks. Scammers are the worst people in the world. But it's one of those things I'm not sure how to solve that issue. And I feel like hiding from it doesn't solve it. So it's one of those things. I'm cool with them if they're actually a person. Join up. Yeah, if you're not, don't be an asshole. It's basically, that's where I'm at, you know? It's kind of one of those things. But yeah, I'll just get more people here. I might actually be able to get such an alert that I get to purple by the time I'm done running through here, which might be fun because that's my highest level of alert possible. And they do slow you down as they hit you, so there's the worry. So we'll get over here. This might actually do it right here. Come on, there's more mobs joining. It wasn't quite enough. Purple is the highest difficulty to get rid of, and it's kind of nightmarish, and I cannot jump when I am on a purple alert. There is no way. You don't get to do anything. So yeah, it's totally a thing. But I can clean sweep through so many mobs like that. Especially for hyper-offensive tunes like this, and for, like casters and stuff, are really big hyper-offense. They're massive offense, and they can kill off entire swarms of mobs with no difficulty. What is generally tougher are bosses. Like, that's why I say raids are actually difficult to do, because you have to worry about bosses who actually have HP to take those hits. You know the 100,000 that I've been seeing with just my little dungeon bosses? They're more like 3.5 to 12 million. You know? That's a lot more HP than I'm able to deal with my little tiny pea shooters. They just can't do what they need to do. I did miss some of the journals, but that's fine. They don't do much of anything except for experience. And I mean, I do thank you for like pointing that out, Melty. I don't want to come across as attacking you or anything. It's one of those things, I don't know what the solution would be to it. That's literally what I'm at. And I do recognize certain bots, and other times I just give the benefit of the doubt. I'm just kind of that guy. I'm gonna get knocked over here. There we go. And yeah, I do tend to probably give a little bit more leeway than I should. I just don't like removing people from the chat unless they're provably bad people. And I've only ever had to do that once. So maybe I won't have to do it again for a little bit. She's just kind of hanging out. She's not doing anything. I got a few pot shots and that's decent. But I do think that you're probably, at least in terms of streaming, you're probably like my senior as well. I think you've probably done it more. You've probably got a better grasp of things. I think you probably know what you're on about. Yeah. If they've never interacted with, if they've never interacted in your chat, you'd be well served to remove bad actors. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. That does kind of seem like the, you know, here's my art, that kind of thing. You know, it still does feel like that. Treachery is actually a pretty decent set. It's not the best, but I got a rare one and that's fine. And Dex on that set is good. So that's not bad. I'll take it. I know the bot messages by heart now. Yeah, that's what I'd say. I think that you probably have a little bit more insight into this, and that's cool too. I will definitely take your knowledge as some, you know, some extra wisdom for me to go forward with. But as I said, I give people the benefit of the doubt probably a little too much. So I might end up having to get rid of them. They haven't really done anything yet to me. That's all I'm saying. We'll get in here. We got one more, and then I think that's the last for the whole saga. Now, I literally mentioned I went through sagas. I'm getting tomes. I didn't really correlate how the two work. Basically, once you do certain quests in a story arc, if you complete the whole arc, then you get to turn that arc in for an additional reward on top of quests that you've already done. So every quest you do, you get a reward, and then the arc you get the big reward at the end. I really enjoyed that. That's really cool. I like that mechanic. We got to go to Abbey. That's the last place we got, and it should be... Yeah, I think this is actually in order, too. I think they're doing the story in order. Now, don't get me wrong. I haven't been talking about the story at all, but that's also a thing that maybe if I'm doing a story-driven stream, I would do that. Right now, I'm just chill stream, just doing some stuff. I'll let her tell me the fortune while I go over here and deal with some optional stuff. Because she's got a fortune going on there, and I don't know exactly what it'll be, but it'll pop in the chat, probably. Take the Sun Sword. Oh, that's fine. I'll take the Sun Sword. That's the first thing. So you need 3 items in this quest. The Sun Sword is one of them. If you've never played the Barovia, or the, rather, Curse of Strahd tabletop, basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to get weapons to kill the vampire, because he's like a... an ascended vampire. There's a specific word for them. I forget what it is, like Vampire Lord or something like that. And you want to get items to be able to kill him that are special and specific to him and to his storyline. And so that's what we're doing in this quest. Just for the sake of anybody who really enjoys the story and the plot of the game like I do, that'll kind of help you kind of figure out what we're doing. Wolves, not a big deal. We need the key. That opens up the Abbey so that we can get in there. So that's it's not really one of the items, but it is an item we need. So we will go here. Notes, I don't think matter here. Just curiosity. Yeah, we didn't get an optional there. So notes don't matter. So there's no real problem with those. But we'll go along here and just get in there. And I think there might be nothing up there. Perfect. Here, I'll just do this and just blast them all. There we go. Just deal with them all. Otto Bellevue, the flesh-stitched horror thing that we got here. I really like that. He's like a butler now. They basically have been creating flesh monsters in this abbey, and he is just one of them. That's basically the door greeter. He's just amazing like that. I love it. It's such a good storyline, and they didn't modify it at all really from the original. They just kind of like placed certain sections here and there to streamline it a little better for people going through a video game versus, you know, the like the tabletop game where you can choose your own actions. So it's very decent. I was told that the Sun Sword is yours, belongs to Sergei, Strahd's brother. Yes, Sergei is the dead brother of Strahd, if you've never played it. And I think this lore is pretty close to the beginning of the adventure, so I'm not sure I'm saying too much out of turn. But basically, he killed his brother because he was jealous that his brother was getting with his lover, which was actually happening, so that's fair. It's fair to say. But at the same time, big vampire kills brother and then tries to like manipulate new sort of like girl in town to be the bride that he lost because his bride ended up killing herself. There's a lot of storyline to the Strahd stuff, and that's just touching the surface too. That's not even touching like what Baba Lee Saga does in the plot, which is more inscrutable. I haven't quite figured out what it was again because I played through it a while back, so I don't remember exactly what her role is, but I think she's kind of like placating and playing to his ego as well. trying to make him take over the entirety of the province that he's in, Barovia. So it's a weird story. I'm getting everybody here just to see if I can get a purple alert and also kill all this stuff. Because you do get more experience if you kill a decent number of mobs. I did not mean to fall off of the roof there, but that's fine. Might need to go back up there. But you do get more experience if you kill more mobs. So there is a reason to actually go and kill them instead of just like running by them. But they're just hanging out up there. I did miss this, which is fine. I'll get that. That's perfect. I do like the mob counts. There's our purple alert. There we go. Purple alert on. So this is going to be horrible. Is there some big fatty AoE attacks in this game? There's tons of them. You can get some really mean stuff. Like, I wish I was playing the caster right now so I could show you Meteor Swarm. You literally drop like 4 big meteors at the enemies. There we go. There's a big meteor attack right there, though. That's my version. It has a 6-second cooldown. It's a really decent option for cleaning out trash. Like, normally in the current gameplay, I wouldn't be able to do that because the trash has too much defense. But in this game, it was kind of before they added a lot of defensive mechanics to the mobs, so I can get away with killing a lot of very close-knit mobs. They can get away with killing me, though, because some of them are glass cannons. Scarecrows are just kind of pathetic, so they're not actually that big a deal to deal with. But yeah, no, there's tons of them. Like, there's the meteors. You can drop comets on people. Kind of the same thing. There is what is it, like firestorms and stuff. There's chain lightning. There's tons of different AoE. Like, if you're a caster, or if you like playing casters in games, you have so many options for AoE. You have like big acid wells you can shoot out of the ground and stuff. It's really cool. I don't remember where this one was. It's in here, perfect. You can actually target things behind the door. I'm cheesing the game a little, just a little. Just a little. I still got to deal with the mobs, but you can at least see behind the doors to not hit all the mobs in certain areas. They did fix that in later dungeons because it is kind of cheesy, but it's a very small team that actually still develops this game. So I can't really say that I'm too upset about the fact that they haven't fixed it in older quests like this. And I do have access to all the quests. Like, I actually bought a lot of the stuff. I used to be a VIP on this game. So there is a lot of content that I've actually accrued in this game to the point where I can play it for free. So it is a thing. And I like that. I love a free game. Free games are very decent in my books. See, these guys are actually a lot more difficult to kill. I couldn't even kill them with that AoE in one shot. And that's normally my best hit. So yeah, they can take that hit and they can actually dish out a little bit of damage. Like, there's a little bit of red flashing happening because they're hitting me harder than my armor is able to take. So at a certain point, if you get hit too hard, you'll start getting crit and smashed because of it. Like, every time they hit me, you notice that the screen just blips red. That means that my defenses are terrible. I'm stuck here because the 3 of them were literally flanking me. And you can get stuck there if they're surrounding you. You can actually get stuck and not able to move, which does kind of make sense a little bit. I mean, to be fair, it's a little more jank just because it is an older game. I will actually... Here, we're going to get into the Venn diagram of healing right here. There we go. Get healed by both of my AoEs. Perfect. Scary business. Yeah, that's the thing. This is not a defensive toon. There's a hyper offense toon, which means that I can get in some bad situations too. It's not great sometimes. Here, we're just gonna jump past all this, just get them all over here. There we go. And I can hit all that stuff in an AoE. There we go. And that's basically an explosive shot that just shoots shrapnel all over the place. I'm not gonna try to say that 10 times fast. An explosive shot that shoots shrapnel. That is so much shush that I cannot do it many times over. But yes, every time I'm getting hit, you notice I'm getting just red screen because of how weak my defenses are. It's a good thing I have that AoE heal because otherwise I would die very quickly and it's not great. I do need, I've got the Sun Sword, I talked to Irina, I got the key, I think that's it. And oh, nice, we got the moat, perfect. These can random spawn in a dungeon once you get one. That's it for the dungeon. That's the event that's going on. And if you want free game, you can still try it out. Go on Steam, it's just right there, Dungeons and Dragons Online. And you can get it and participate in the event if you want, because you get to keep those cosmetics if you get them here. And basically all you'd have to do is just talk to a guy and get new copies of it if you've got one. So it's actually not that bad. I used the big burst, I didn't mean to. Because I have 2 bosses in this area that I would have preferred to use it on. That's fine though. Shadow Goblin, I guess we'll use it on him. It's okay. There we go, deal with him. And just sing to this thing. I like that you can sing without getting interrupted by like damage over time, which I've got right now. Divine Punishment.
because otherwise that would be a nightmare to try and deal with those. But yeah, some like if you're trying to cast a spell and you take damage, you can actually get interrupted and the spell is stopped, which is a way of balancing spellcasters and that crazy AoE that we were doing. It's a way of balancing them against being able to just run through, take tons of hits, and hit a bunch of mobs, because they can actually lose their spells, which waste time, waste their spell power, waste their spell points, and you don't actually, they hit me hard, ooh, and you don't actually get to do anything, and then they can keep hitting you. So yes, there are mechanics in place to try and check a lot of things that players do. But yeah, there's so much you could do in this game that you can find builds like mine that are just incredibly busted and just play with them, and that's kind of the thing. I need those crests, so I'll get this, and I missed it. I wasn't close enough, and I tried to climb up that time. There we go, perfect. Grab that. I'll just throw those, get rid of the shadows, and go in here and get the next one. There's still shadows chasing me. It should be right there, perfect. I need 2 crests to open the door up ahead. And there's so many look at the little crawling claws. It's literally just an arm. Just an arm sitting there. I love it. That's amazing. All right, we got some remnants, perfect. These drop anytime, mysterious remnants, if you are in higher difficulties. And they're basically used to unlock like high tier rewards. Any of the mons that have what I like to call crowns, which is like if they have the name Grim Shadow, for example, they will have an additional title underneath it, like Lightbringer or something like that. That will be, that'll basically represent that they are powerful champions that will drop those remnants. They don't always drop them, but every once in a while you get some nice ones. And it's still decent. All right, let's bop this. We'll just deal with those. Explosive area effect, very important to use it on boxes. By the way, in this game, you can actually get bonuses for doing certain things like disabling traps, opening secret doors, breaking stuff, not re-entering the dungeon after you've died once, or after you've been like, you've left and then re-entered. Not dying, of course, you get a bonus for that, and just literally killing things. You'll notice that Conquest is pretty much always up for me, because I always just kill everything I come across. So Conquest is the highest bonus. It's not the same for every bonus, like Ransack is the, you broke a bunch of stuff while you were in the dungeon. Stuff like that. There are different bonuses that you can get, but they generally give you experience rewards, and sometimes you can unlock areas. That was a lot of damage I took at once. I jumped in the middle there, took hits from everybody, almost died. So it's a little scary sometimes. But yeah, generally, like, you can get some really cool bonuses in this too. There are tons of optional things you can do for loot, for just general experience. It's a good game. I like this game. I do kind of want to go back to the Abbot though and deal with him. So I will go through here. I just had to make sure that I could get my zoom in there. And now we are here. This is the final area. Oh, never mind. We got to let in the other person. Hey, Lakey, how you doing today? We are, if you haven't seen, if you weren't with us so far today, basically all we're doing is just having a casual stream on Dungeons & Dragons Online. Just having fun. So we're basically waiting for her to walk very slowly over to this podium, what is this, gazebo? I think it is? I always mess that up because it's like gazebo and then there's a different one and I can't remember what the other overhang, like structure was. All right, so she's here, perfect. Now we can get this. I wish you could skip this scene here because this takes a while, but in a certain respect, at least you get to kind of watch it go on. Now, normally they would have voice acted stuff like that. Any of the text that comes up here would be voice acted, sometimes by guest voice actors, sometimes just by the actual staff of DDO. But I did turn that off because I didn't autocorrect the balance on it properly. So basically it was louder than I was, and I wasn't going to try and fix that while I was on stream. Maybe I'll get the voice back later just so that you've got a little bit more immersion if you guys want to watch this again. But it's decent. The voice acting is very well done. I do enjoy it. It's not always voice acted, like certain characters, like for example, Esmeralda here, she's not voice acted generally speaking, but any of this stuff that pops up on the screen here and shows you text, that'll all be voice acted in every dungeon. It's really cool. I like it. So not too shabby, not too bad. And yeah, we're just basically, she's giving, I think she's giving the Sun Sword to him. I'm not sure exactly what was happening there. No, I think actually what was happening is literally she placed the Sun Sword down there and then it activated him who is dead. I don't know. It's a weird story. It's a weird thing going on. Anyway, now we've pissed off his brother because, well, we basically gave his little village squeeze to his brother again. So it's very funny. So now we got to deal with Strahd. We actually have to bring him into the water here. Otherwise, he will not take damage. So now you can see he's actually taking a little bit of damage and we can work him down. He will bring a bunch of mobs on me, but I'm pretty sure I could kill him before I need to worry about them. And he drops big AoEs too, so I kind of want to get rid of him. Yeah, there we go. Big explosive dark AoEs. I kind of don't want to deal with those, so I'm just going to get rid of these guys after the fact. Easier that way than anything else. Come on. I want to target this guy. The targeting is a little bit jank. It's like an old school tab targeting system. You can work around it to a certain extent, but there's not really a great workaround. It is an older game, so it makes sense. So where is my treasure box? Not quite yet. It still has to, we still have to storyline out before I see it. Yeah, but the sword is nice and glittery and pretty. Perfect. And it should be, there we go. There it is. Perfect. We got it. So I want to go and fight the abbot as well, because he's a really fun sort of like extra fight that you don't have to do. But he's basically the guy creating all the stitched horrors in this place. All the monstrosities. He's extremely fun. He's a very well done character. I love that guy. And he's such a monster. It's so amazing. So we'll just zoom over there real quick. But yeah, no, I mean, in general, Barovia was not changed all that much. So there is basically, all of this stuff is what is currently in the tabletop version, which I really enjoy. And also, big story here. So this guy's the abbot. He's the abbot of this abbey. And he was making a bride-to-be for Strahd to replace the bride he lost. And it was another stitched horror. And it's basically just a zombie. That's all it is. But it's fascinating how evil he is. It is incredible. Yeah, he's such a monster. Here, I'm just gonna go back here a little bit just to let them kind of do their transformations, and that way it gives me a bit of room here. There we go. So he's already transformed. I'll get all my burst going and kill the bride-to-be as quick as possible because she's the melee. So the faster you can kill the melee, the better off you generally are, because that way you, if you're a range toon, you generally have really good reflex saves. So these spells, I can actually get basically dodge bonuses to reduce the damage or just completely nullify the spell. Because I effectively dodge it, quote unquote, even though it doesn't look like I'm doing any dodging at all. Decent belt for a firecaster, not great for my build, but I can still use it. Because also another thing in this game, if you get items that you can't use on this character, you can either relife the character to change it into someone who can use them, or you can trade them to other people on your account who can use them right now. So any item you find is still generally a good idea. It's not bad. It's not bad to just pick up whatever you find and just go with it. That's what I find anyway. And especially if you get like raid items, you can just build your character into somebody who can use it. It's a really cool mechanic. It's so good for, and it's amazing that nobody does that in video games. But yeah, it's an incredible mechanic for that. I'm always taking these heart seeds. There we go. And yeah, she just popped up because basically she's the quest giver. He's the turn in for the quest. So it basically will always populate her because you can always redo the quest, obviously. That's what I've been doing so far. If they have a blue chalice above their head, then you've already done the quest once and you can do it again. If they have a green above them, then you haven't done the quest. So it's a weird thing, but I like it. And there's so many different perks and abilities and stats and stuff that you can get in this game. Like poison resist, insightful acid resist. There's so many different damage types. It's just incredible. I just love this game. But we got that. Perfect. We'll go to the Blood on the Vine because this is where I turn in the saga because now we are done. And I think it's the same 3 people who were sitting there the whole time. Perfect. All right, so we did the epic one. Display reward. I can actually claim this. I'm going to hold out on this just for a moment. There's tons of stuff I can choose from too. And by the way, very complicated systems. Like sentient jewels allow you to increase your power beyond normally leveling, because once you reach 20, you will stop leveling with your classes. Then you can gain sentient power and you can gain epic powers, epic destinies basically, that will allow you to level beyond that. And then you gain legendary stats. There's so many different things to do. And these sentient jewels allow you to gain more power. You can equip them to weapons. There is so much stuff. Yeah, how you doing today? Oh no, Moofy? How you doing? I don't know how many use that is. I don't know how long I need to hold it, but I'm just gonna say Moofy. It'll work, it'll work. And we can also gain experience and guild renown, which is like guild reputation, which will increase your rank with your guild, and accursed cards, which give you like small perks to any item you want. There's a lot of different stuff we can get. I'm going to hold out here. The only reason being, I don't know which tomes I want out of these ones. And there are other sagas that will give you 4 random tomes for skills. So I also kind of want to check those out and see which ones those give me. And then like take the best ones. Movie demands many U's. There are too many U's. You know what? I'm actually going to, after the stream, I'm going to count them. I'm going to count them all. I'm going to count every U. And then I will come back to him and I will know exactly how many U's we have to say. So I can hold it for that exact amount of time. It's all a strategy. We're playing it out. I think at this point, actually, I can teleport there. At this point, yeah, I'm done this one. I'll start another one. I might be able to get done the saga in the Cogs, which is in Sharn. Obviously, we're going to Sharn, which is the big city. The big city. Basically, we have a bunch of floating islands that hold very special keeps and stuff. And the higher you are in the city, like physically, the actual higher you are in status. It's really interesting. And honestly, the music in this area is really good too. Like, it's not that bad. It's very regal. I might think that might describe what we're hearing. It's a very decent set of music. I like it. But there's so much to this place too. There are so many different tiers to this. You can basically, you can go to a university. You can go to like 2 different campuses of that university. You can go to the underground. You can go to the docks. You can go to the city here. There are different sections of the entire area. There's so much to this city. And I didn't like the entire storyline behind this until I really sat down and read the whole thing. It's one of the better stories that I didn't expect to be good. So it was actually pretty decent. Is this the one? No, I think it's... who has the Cogs? I think it's you. This is Heroic Cogs. This is Sharn Saga. I don't recall which one has the Cogs that I want. It's this one. Perfect. Okay. This is the one. So this will tell you all the quests that you need to do. We only need to do 8 in this one. I might be able to get this saga done before we call it, and then we might be able to like choose our tomes and figure out what we've got. There are probably, I'm going to say 13 sagas in the game at max level. So you can get 13 different like end tier rewards like that to increase your skills, your power, yada, yada. And basically bigger numbers. 69, nice. But you can get so many different little tiny integers that make your character so much stronger in this game. At this point, this character is not a first lifer. I have relifed him multiple times through that relifing system that I talked about. So I have actually made this one significantly stronger than a normal baseline character would be, and yet I'm still incredibly weak with this character compared to many others in the game. There are so many people that the stuff that I was doing, they could get purple alerts all the time and they would not risk anything. That's how powerful you can get in this game. There's basically no ceiling on how strong, how high your numbers can get unless you just stop playing. That's basically it. And I like that for the infinite resizing of your character and the infinite like re-leveling of your character. You can just do whatever you want. It's so good. I don't think I need to talk to this guy. I've heard enough. I'll be going. Yeah, I don't think I needed to talk to him at all. There's also the little dice puzzles and stuff. That's really cool. These are very jank puzzles, so I'll see if I can make it work. There we go. We'll get that one. We'll get this one. I just missed it. I should have put my feather fall on. Here, we'll get over here. Bump up here on this one. I think what we need to do is... Oh my goodness, I forget what I needed to do this puzzle. I think it's this one. And then we go... No, never mind. I did it wrong. I'm not even going to try. I'm not great at those dice puzzles. I'm not going to try. It's too much. I would have to be standing here all day doing that. All right, so we got some people down here. I'll just hit him real quick because I don't want to get attacked from up above. There we go. Not too bad. And there are a bunch of bear traps down here that I'm going to have to deal with. Oh, and there's a bunch of dinos. They can actually get caught in those traps too, which is really cool. So there's dinosaurs in the game as well. Very decent Boromar trapper, or Boromar savage rather. There are trappers. They spawn random like little robot skeleton, or not robot skeletons. What are they? Robot spiders that'll blow up on you. It's really cool. All right, so we'll get this. We'll just do the trap in here because you will get traps bonuses for this. I got a crit failure. Ooh, that means I'm at least 5 below. I can critically fail on a 17. I think I need more stuff. Here, we're just gonna add more items to the mix. Bigger items. Crit failing at a 6 still. I am not very good at trapping right now. Oh my goodness. Here, we're gonna see. Now, there are specific classes that can trap and others cannot do it. So, not every class can actually trap. I think there are only 3 in the game that can do it. I don't have what I need to do that, so I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna jump past them because I have great reflex saves and I can avoid those. So it's all well and good. So we'll go over here and we'll just clean sweep through and deal with all these mobs here. I've got a bunch of rangers. They seem to be very oblivious and not noticing that I'm killing all their friends. He's too far back, actually. That's fine. A lot of guys around here now that I gotta get away from, though, because these guys actually hit way harder than the ones I was fighting. The stuff in Barovia is update 37. We are currently on update 76, and the scaling is much harsher here, as you've noticed. Like 3 mobs there took me down to half health. So it is a little scarier in this one. It's a little scarier in this one, but that's fine. We can deal with them. They're not too tough. And honestly, there's a lot more crowns here I'm noticing too. I was fighting like 1 crown every 10 before. Now I'm fighting like 1 crown every 4, which is actually pretty decent. So we'll go over here and we will, I'm just gonna clean sweep through here. I'm not too concerned about the kills bonus in this one because I would have to go out of my way to get it. Whereas in the Barovia stuff, it's kind of along the way. Here, I'm just gonna get Featherfall. Fall very gently, as feathers do. And I can clean these guys up and get that moat. They do disappear, but I think I have like 10 minutes before it does. It won't take me 10 minutes to kill these dudes. They're not that strong. There we go. There we go. Perfect. And this guy right here, got him. Easy. Very decent shot too. I really like that. All right. This is probably going to be tougher because these will actually scale up to level as well and to the difficulty of the dungeon. So these will probably be a little tougher than the ones I was dealing with. Bam, I can get rid of them though. These guys are just trash mobs. You can tell when somebody's actually difficult when they have a red name like that Song Hunter here. He's a lot tougher than generic mob number 45. So yeah, and you notice with the amount of HP he has, it actually increased in this even though it's the same level of dungeon as what I was doing. Because this is newer content and it's actually a lot tougher. But he can't hit me because apparently I just janked him out by jumping around too much. All right, let's get this. I want to know how much I actually have right now. After this one goes off, boom, we've got how much? 273. It's so slow. And I have to get 5 of those to get all of the Cosmos for the event. Yeah, it's an MMO logic. It's basically you have the opportunity to grind. That is what you do. That is your life. All right, so I can open all these because I am a lockpick. I might need to put on my items for it, but we'll see what we can get away with. We'll see what we can get away with. Success on a 4. Perfect. So easy roll. It's basically rolling a 20-sided die and then whatever your stat is plus that. So on a 4, I think I'm pretty okay. I think I'm decent. There we go. Just cleaning up some of these mobs from a distance so I don't have to deal with too many of them running in. The melees are not as big a deal in this one, but they can still hit pretty hard. Because they actually just, like, they don't really have a lot of special mechanics. That's the thing. So this guy here is not a big deal. He's pretty weak, all things considered. I could probably go in there, actually. There we go. Just drop this right on him, get a little bit more damage through the fire. There we go, and I can hit those guys in an AoE. It's all about the AoEs. Just do the damage. There we go. Now I'll get out of here and just kind of crush the rest of these melees if I can. Oh, those are casters. Ooh. I was actually taking those hits pretty well. That wasn't too bad. That was not too shabby. And we'll get rid of him, and then it's just like archers at the top. I'm pretty sure I need to hit the button up there too, so let's just go up there. There we go. Oh, there we go, perfect. It was a delayed reaction. It was a delayed reaction. All right, can I get that button? There we go. Jump at the wall, the awkward wall. There we go, perfect. And this one over here, because we need to open a door later on. So that's fine, jump at that button. This guy's still alive, not anymore. And this button should be the last one to open that door. There we go, perfect. Easy, easy, easy. It's almost like I've never done them before. So we'll go in here and now we've got 4 Wraiths, I think, in here. I'm pretty sure. Let's just see. Yeah, 4 Wraiths. Yeah, Soaring Stone Cold Forge Wraith. These guys are kind of dangerous, but they're also not very capable of taking hits. So if you could just kill them beforehand, which is what my build is designed to do, then you really don't have to worry too much about them. There we go. Come on. Oh, he's just getting out of the way. I can't even hit him. There we go. Okay, I can actually open this chest. I'll just do that. We'll just go over there and steal that. Easy. I should be able to lockpick. Yeah, my lockpick's not bad. I actually have really good dexterity, so my lockpick is decent. It's my intelligence that's very lackluster. Don't read too much into that. But we'll go up here. We'll see what we've got. What is that here? Let's see here. There we go. And that guy might be triggered. There we go. Perfect. So he's gone too. They're really, really flimsy. So I'm not too concerned. They can hurt you if they get close, though. They can actually do a lot of damage up close. Not like that guy. Oh, there we go. I'm just backing up. Just backing up. He can't get me. He can't get me. He can't figure it out. There we go. Easy. I probably have an easier time with them than most people would because of my dex. Dexterity is probably the best stat in this game. It's so good. Here, we'll just go up here. I can get myself a bit of jump and a bit of strength to make my jump even bigger. So we can kind of get up there, and I do need to hit all these buttons, I'm pretty sure, to get the loot, and I need to break some stuff in order to complete the quest. Ow! See, look, I just took one hit from that dude from a distance there. I mentioned they were a little tough. They do a little bit of damage. Little tiny bit. What is this? Is this a curse? Oh no, never mind. If you die, then this'll happen. That's fine. I didn't die, so I'm good. That was a lot of damage though. He did a lot of work to me. Come on, there we go. I can get all these guys from a range. I don't think there's any problem here because they can't even reach me from there. And I got infinite range with these. Like, bolts go in a straight direction all the way across the map, and there's not really a whole lot of moving parts. So it's not too bad. Ow! Somebody might have hit me from somewhere. I don't know where they were. There he is. Oh, there he is. Like, that whole screen flashed red when he hit me. That proves that he's a little bit more difficult to deal with. Not too big a deal, though. We got him. That's the last one. Yeah, no, their AoE, or that wasn't even an AoE. That was like a ray spell. That was literally just a single target line of sight spell. And it smacked me pretty hard there. That was pretty bad. All right, let's see here. We got to jump up here. These are a little tougher to spot because it's a dark dungeon. The fire helps to light it up a little bit, but it is a dark dungeon, so it's tough to spot these. But I do need these to hit this button here. And Adventurers Pack. Ooh, I'll get that. That's fine too. Well, a little bit. There we go. We got to float onto it. I think, yeah, I can go right over there, so it's perfect. We'll just get this. There we go. Hairy Trumpet Mushroom, the best item in the game. Excellent. And we'll go up here. I still need one more button. I think it's down there. And I need some special cargo, which is somewhere. So that button should have done it. So my loot's available. The cargo is, I think there's probably one down here somewhere. Like, it's tough to find them. You got to kind of look around and they spawn randomly. There's a chest over there. Let's see here. There's a chest over there. I'm not getting into that one. I do generally know the puzzles, but it's like if I mess them up, it's over. So I'm just not too concerned. There's one of them. One of the special cargoes. We need 2 more of them. And I don't know where the remaining ones will be. Chest, special... Oh, never mind. I missed one entirely over there. I don't think there was one over there. I think the other one might be like somewhere over there because I haven't gone there yet. So let's check it out. So we'll go over here. Easy. I can get all the way over. I got jump on. I'm good. We got big jumps. Chest, special cargo right there. Perfect. That's what I figured. There's like usually one here. It's not always, but usually. 75 grand, not too bad. A quick dungeon, not a big deal, but a lot of parkour on this one. And legendary glittering waist wrap. That's actually really good for a bard. Charisma, bluff, and anthem actually gives you songs back. Not too bad. There's a lot of good stuff for a bard on that one. Not for me. I am only ranger with a little tiny touch of rogue, but they're basically the same class. Rogue is just like, it gives you more skills is really why I took it. So it's not that big a deal. I didn't even really need to take rogue, honestly. It's not adding a whole lot, but I'm about to relife this guy anyway, so I'm not too concerned. And there's a lot of mobs there. So this is one of those wilderness zones. It's basically a point A to point B kind of thing, and not a whole lot to work with here. So there's not a lot of, like, there's not really a reason for me to stick around and kill those guys because they don't give you bonuses comparable to those in the quests. This is just wilderness zone, and we just go through it. So we're just zooming through here. The nice scenic run-down town here with the sewage pouring in from the ceiling. Play Dark Hunter for rogue stuff on a ranger. Yeah, that's the thing. I did actually do that. I didn't realize at the time I chose the first level of rogue that Dark Hunter actually gave me the trappy stuff. So I built it with the rogue in mind, and then I just added the second level of rogue just to kind of even things out because 18 is a good break point. But you're absolutely right. The next time that I do Dark Hunter, I'm just doing Dark Hunter and that's it. It's just the better way to play it. Like Dark Hunter, Rogue, and Artificer are your trappers, and I like that they added it to Ranger a little bit. I'm not too pleased that it's not like a baseline Ranger thing, because I feel like it should be, but then again, I also kind of feel like Paladins, for example, would interact with traps and know what they're dealing with, and even fighters, like everybody should know what a trap is and kind of be able to kind of disarm it a little bit. So I don't know. It's one of those things I think should be in the game. It was in tabletop. You could learn how to be a trapper as just like anybody in the tabletop. You were just worse at it. And that's fine. I'm cool with that as long as you could do it. But yeah, in this game, they actually specifically stopped you from being able to, which is, I mean, it gives more uniqueness to a specific class, but at the same time, it also takes away something from the logic. And I would have preferred if they had done it that way too. It's fine though, I'm cool with it, I'm cool with it. These guys hit a little harder. Yeah, I gotta actually deal with the mobs as I come across them, because I don't have the fizzy to take that hit. I don't have the fizzy to take the damage. There we go. And these guys all contribute to plant, I'm pretty sure, which is nice for the monster manual. Not too shabby. I'm just gonna go over here if they don't hit me with AoE or ranged. There we go. Get that activated so that I can start getting those guys jumping down, because they take a while. There we go. Actually, no, I do need to kill these guys first, don't I? They changed that, because I think it used to be you could get those guys to jump out of the pipes right as you hit that lever. So I haven't played in a while, in case you don't know that, by the way. So that's kind of why I'm playing, like, piecemeal here and there, kind of. Like, I know certain things, but I don't know everything that I need to know, basically. So yeah, it's one of those things. I'm definitely out of the loop to a certain extent on a lot of what I should know about this game. These guys are just kind of throwing stuff. They're not actually coming near, so I guess I got to take them out the old-fashioned way by slowly approaching them, standing in place at their body, and hitting them really hard. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And that's it, so we'll get this. We are doing the event, so I just wanted to make sure that I got that stuff cleaned up so I didn't have more mobs to deal with. We will go off here. Song Hunter, that should be the only one. I'm putting this down because that's the damage over time he just threw on me. And I kind of don't want to take that taking melee hits. Here, we're just going to jump a little bit just to jank him out. Just jank him out a little bit. He doesn't have a whole lot of HP. There we go. Easy, easy. The green ones are always pretty easy. So we can just clean that up. A lot of damage over time on just the, what is it? The no holds barred, shoot first, rather. Shoot first, like, area effect damage over time thing. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but that's fine. It's just damage. It's really decent though. It's at least good for cleaning up stuff, but it is a little slower than a lot of damage over time effects. I'll go forward. I think we can probably handle more. And we'll get this mushroom along the way. There we go. Easy mushrooms. Yeah, we can probably handle this. I think this is fine. I'm just gonna get rid of those. That's easy. These guys don't do a whole lot. I should say the Vine don't do a whole lot. The Blight will probably still hit me because it's physical damage. But I can evade a lot of this stuff. There we go. We'll just get around him. Just get around him. Just do some stuff. Big damage. Get into the AoE because that can actually hurt me. It's thorny. Actually, no. If I killed him, I can just get rid of that. Never mind. Easy, easy. And grab the remnants hanging in the sky there. I love it. So we'll just go over here. Mushroom first. We always go shrooms first. Everything else second. And I think I moved that down a little bit. Let's move it like right here. There we go. Because I kind of want to see the numbers on the dice that I get. So there we go. I can't really lock that in place as far as I know, so I'm basically just at the mercy of it. But we'll go in here, just deal with these. The funguses didn't increase in HP through epic versus heroic, so I'll just go ahead and do that. There we go. I kind of want to get rid of these guys first, potentially, but I don't think it really matters because I don't think I have enough to get the Slayer bonus. So I don't want to go helpless. So here, we'll just go over here. There we go. Do a little bit of damage. There we go. He's probably going down by the dot. It's fine. I'm actually fine here, even if he made me helpless. There we go. Because I don't have the immunity to charisma drain. That's another thing. There's so many drains in this game. Charisma and, like, any ability score, I should say, is another type of energy drain. So being immune to all that is just amazing. So we got Gold Festival. Not too bad. Let's get out of here. Easy, easy. I might do one more. I thought I'd have a little more time, but I'll do one more and then I'll just call her quits there. That's fine by me. But we'll just go and we'll do the next in the chain here. And yeah, I've got a lot of sagas to do. So if I come back on, I could probably be doing another saga. And there's just so many things to do in this game. There's so much to do still. So I'm fine with just like picking up another time where we're leaving off this time. Do I want to do that one first? I'll go do this one. That's fine. I think probably I can eat this up because this is all like fire area effect and dexterity works against that. Like a lot of the stuff that I'm bad against is crowd control. Here, do I have that? I didn't have that already. Wow. Is this actually lower damage now? Yeah, the lava doesn't even do anything anymore. You can just swim through lava now. It used to be that it would instantly kill you because it's lava, but no, not anymore. Now it's just lava. It's just normal. Like video games tend to have that relationship with lava. Either it's useless or it's extremely dangerous. And there's no middle ground either, is there? It's always just one of those. So we'll get this guy. I think probably jumping along here is the best way to do it. There we go. Enraged Hellhound. These guys are probably going to, if they get in the lava, they're just going to get stuck. So I'll try to get rid of like a few of them at least. Oh, they float over it. Oh, apparently Hellhounds just really know how to run across lava. I'm cool with that too. That's fine. We'll get fire resist and I will get jump and strength just to get at the end there to get out of it. So that's fine. Can I actually get through here? The deep lava is not doing that much, actually. Look at how little lava does. It's so bad. Lava doesn't do any damage. I feel like the heroic one was actually doing more. It might have just been more proportionally, but that's still fine. We'll go over here. We'll get this all set up. Boom. I'll get a healing area effect because that would hurt otherwise. And I'm just going to get rid of the Magma Reaver because he's probably the most dangerous thing right here, and he's pretty easy to clean. There we go. Pretty easy to clear. There we go. And all the hounds. No hounds can survive. No child can beat the Grinch. Get him out of here. All right. So yeah, the Frost Splinter just died immediately. Just instantaneous. Yeah, these guys are actually doing some damage. Wow. I get hit pretty hard with that. I got to jump around a little bit. Jank out their mechanics. There we go. All right. We should be good. I didn't get any chest from either of them, which is fine. We'll go down here and I don't know if this actually does anything. Heal and Spellcraft, I'm not passing either of those. I don't have the skills for that. That's fine. We'll just go over here. We'll just deal with most of this. The Flenser, I'm not even going to burst for. He's just too easy. Trapper! There we go. We'll just destroy the construct before he gets to us. At this stage with my hyper offense, I can just do that. Like, I don't even need to worry about running away from them or setting them off. I can just run up to them and blow them up if I want. We will burst here because she's at least got a bit of age. Oh, actually, no, she's only got 21k. What am I talking about? That's fine. Ice Flenser. I will get my XPs on just to get a little bit more. 21.99. Just barely got it in time, too. And then I should be good here. I think this guy's got a speech to go on. So, yeah, he's fine. We'll just go up here. Oop, jump too far. Little too much jump. There we go. So we'll go over here and just let him talk. That's fine. I got 5 seconds. Okay, never mind. He didn't even aggro. That's fine. I'll just go for it. We're just going to get everything set up. Burst him down. Boom. This should be big damage. There we go. It's so much. It's so much. He can't even handle the hyper offense of that power. I'm just going to get out of there. We're just going to AoE all this stuff. There we go. Deal with it all. And actually, that guy's the last one. We got remnants. That's fine. And attempt to deactivate the device. This is a pretty easy tile puzzle, all things considered. I do like the tile puzzles just being giant hold only, just because that's kind of, it started with a Baron, and it should have stayed with there, I think. So, I don't know, it's one of those things. So we got that, easy, easy, and get this. Oh, I didn't turn that one, perfect, okay. There we go. Boom, 47k, a little bit more XPs, not a whole lot, but that's fine. Reverb, actually that one happened really quickly. What was that? 3 minutes, wow. Okay, yeah, we'll do another. We'll do another. I had about until 2:30, but I can probably go a little bit further. That's fine. Like, I'm not too concerned about it. And that way I just get, oh, no. Oh, the moat. That's decent. Okay, I just barely caught it in time. All right, here, home row keys. We got to get their fingers on the home row. I think I've had this already. That's fine. We just put that on. We'll corrupted. I forgot about the moats. I'm so glad I stopped right there. There we go. Boom. These guys don't count in the monster manual as far as I can tell, because they wouldn't have been added. It's just literally for the event. So yeah, they wouldn't add them to the monster manual because then you would get things that other people wouldn't and maybe get like special bonuses they wouldn't normally get. But that's fine. So we should be at probably 89 or 88 at that. Let's see here. 288. Oh yeah, it's so small. I wish you could increase that size a little bit better, but that's fine. I like the idea of being able to increase the size of the bars and actually be able to see things. I'm not incredibly blind yet, but I'm probably going that direction. So I would rather be able to not have to like scan into it to see. I almost fell off the side. Ooh. So we'll go this way. We'll just go up here and do the next one. Because I've got a little bit of time. Like, I don't need to be out of here right at 2 hours, 30 minutes. So we'll just go in, do a little bit more, and this will help me get some of this farming done. That's kind of the thing. Here, we're just going to go in here, elite, boom, and that should be good. And then I'll just have, like, piecemeal ones in the 4 corners. So that's not that big a deal. I could probably clean that up just on my own at some point. All we're doing is just chill stream. There's nothing really to it. We got some slime, some oozes. They're hitting pretty hard. I'm getting 100 damage apiece. But we got this perfect. So I'm just going to pop this down and just bop all these. Just deal with the trash slime. Because they actually hit you, I think, for acid damage, which is a little bit more dangerous because I don't have great acid resist. I should honestly be putting my buffs on because I don't think that I'm capable of handling a lot of stuff in here without them. In this particular one, I should say, because the acid and all that. There's traps and there's a bunch of nonsense, so we'll get this. I don't know if I hit that fire one twice. That's fine. There we go. Tons of buffs. Just get so much stuff. So we'll go in here. Shaman. There we go. Decent. He's just downed. He's just out of here. I think I did these quests all when I was, like before I got the manual, so redoing them is actually helpful to just get that stuff. Get all that extra stuff. There we go. Big AoE. Big damage. Now, we do have to fight a bunch of different versions of these, and the trapping here doesn't matter because they will just spawn too many traps, and it'll basically artificially inflate the amount that you would have to get. There we go. Ooh, yeah, they hit hard. Those melees hit hard. I thought I'd have enough fizzy resist for this. Like, what do I have? I still have 184. I am taking bad damage from these things for the amount that I should be able to resist, because that's like 60% resistance. Now, I'm not plate armor or anything, but still, I thought that I'd be able to take a little bit more. Here, we'll need more. There we go. I literally just swap items, just auto-find things. There we go. And I'll just get this. Boom. Daska Basher. Easy, easy. He's not even a difficult fight at all. Just wipe him out and get that free XPs. And I can actually use the burst to clean up the rest of these. So perfect. Excellent. Get rid of them. There's probably a couple more. I thought there were a couple more. Okay, I'll just get the rubble. I was gonna say I was gonna get the bubble. I'll get the rubble. Dask Thief. I'm a little bit away from my sprint boost. I kind of wanted to sprint through these guys, but that's fine too. I can probably kill them in one shot. Yeah, there we go. Boom. That actually didn't do as much as I thought. It must have missed that guy. All right, that's fine. Nothing down. Oh, fungus. Never mind. I was gonna say nothing down there, but there's a fungus right there. We'll take that. We need to go the other way. Through the poo. Through the goo. I want to know what that green stuff is. I feel like there's some extra stuff in there. There we go. That hit everybody. That was good damage. That should be fine. He's going to die before he even gets to me. Yeah. There we go. Come on. Dropped. He just dropped to the damage over time. There we go. Perfect. Get down there. This is the Otyugh. This guy can actually be kind of obnoxious, but that's fine. Is he going to hop out? Here, I'm just going to... Boom. There we go. And now I should be able to get the burst set up before he gets here. Perfect. There we go. Big damage. I've already got him halfway. He didn't even get a chance to do anything. Yeah, he literally didn't even do anything. He was so gobsmacked by the DPS. Amazing. It's pretty decent. It's not the greatest DPS, I will say. Like, I'm not gonna get too braggadocious or anything. It's not the greatest, but I like the damage I can do with this Inquisitive. It's not too bad. Here, we'll get this one. Final Burial, that's probably one of the worst sets in the game. It's just that turning is not super great as a mechanic, but I wish it was better. I wish that turning was better than it is. That's fine, that's not too bad. That took us probably, yeah, like almost not even 4 minutes. You know what, just because we're here, I'm gonna push it one more. I'm gonna push one more dungeon because I can get security detail done right up here. It's literally here and then I don't have to run back here. I don't know why I was moving so slowly there, but that's fine. Okay. Oh no, never mind. I know why. I wasn't using my speed item, and I almost ran off the edge. Not paying attention. This is great. The greatest time to call the stream. Just run off the edge, and I'm dead. Just gone. Because after that edge there, off of that edge, you do actually die. It's pretty bad. It's fun. I do like the idea of dying off of an edge because that's probably what would happen, but you're dead. You're just gone. Oh, come on, come on. There we go. Oh, perfect. I caught it just before. I was like clicking all around it to try and do the feather fall. There we go. All right, elite mode, easy. Easy elite mode, no problem. Now, I didn't mention this at the start of my stream, but I have kind of worked against the idea of a set game for a particular day kind of schedule. I like the idea of, I'm still going to stream on the same days, and I will probably stream PokeRogue still on the Friday, because that seems to be the thing that everybody really likes on the channel. I want to keep that consistent. And honestly, I could pick up PokeRogue any day. Like, it doesn't matter. It's easy. But I don't really like the idea of, like, I have to do this specific game according to this specific schedule on this day at this time. I'm not that guy, you know? I like to kind of just, hey, I'm going to pick this game up today. The hell with it. Let's play this one. That's kind of where I'm at. Big damage on them. I probably crit him at some point there because, yeah, that feels like it would have done a little too much. So we're just kind of cheesing him a little bit there. There we go. Iron Defender. I will get my experience out because anytime I get one of those, I might as well grab a little bit of free XPs. All right, 2,000. That's fine. It's a little bit. It's tiny, but it's something. We'll go over here. Big damage on them. Perfect. Actually, I think I killed everybody with that. That was decent. We got a big hit on everything there. So that's not too bad. Here's our pile of spiders. Make sure you use the free Dito code before the end of the year if you haven't used it yet. Which one are you talking? I think I've used all of them. I've used the free quests. I've used the, what was it? The ones for, oh my goodness. There are a bunch of them, like the ones for the rename tokens and stuff like that. I used all those. I think I've used everything. If there's a new one, definitely tell me about it. I don't think I missed one, but I could have. It is me. It is a me thing. I'm a very casual streamer. There's a reason we are Parasitic Rabbit of Scrublead Academy. Like, it's a thing. Here, we'll just get it out of the way. We'll just literally avoid him. He's very slow. There we go. Easy damage. Not too big a deal. Reverb is only for bards? No, the Imbue Dice, actually. I use that set right now because of the Imbue Dice. That's actually not bad. It's not the worst thing we could have. That's just nothing. The items that dropped out of there weren't a big deal. So we'll get this. I think I'll get that extra chest because on this difficulty, getting more chests is actually good. So we'll go for that one. It should be... Oh, that was in the right spot. Whoopsie. Free crest is what I was talking about. But yeah, the other ones you mentioned as well. Yeah. Honestly, I think I should include them because I do have a guild here that I do relatively moderate to some extent, but it's been so long since I played and I basically don't have any members to it or anything anymore. So that's fine. But yeah, basically, I should probably throw those codes on there just in case a few of the people that I'm with haven't actually used them. But I've never really thought to because the people that I tend to play with, like, I'll just tell them, hey, here's a code. This is what we need. And then they just do it at the time, you know? It's one of those things, but I'm sure somebody's probably fallen through a little bit there. We'll deal with this guy, though. It's pretty easy. Blue isn't the worst. Purple is actually pretty easy, too. Scath is actually really easy to jank out. Aw, I accidentally hit the, I don't like it when you, like you know how you can make it in combat where you cannot interact with items before mobs so that you can keep like clicking and attacking and doing stuff? I don't really like that because a lot of times I like to open doors and stuff while I'm fighting to just get through to the next zone. But sometimes it doesn't play out well with me and I turn a tile sometimes. It's a thing, it's a thing. Like, you gotta take the good with the bad sometimes. But, I mean, thank you for pointing that out. I think I might need to do that just for the sake of that. That might be a good idea. I might need the item. Oh, never mind. I got a dot on me. I gotta wait for this to go away. Yeah, we'll just hang out for a moment, like 5 seconds. Wait for the dot to go away. Because the Sonic is gone. All my spells, did I not add them in this dungeon? I might not have. I could have just added Sonic Resist and just avoided it. That's fine. So we'll get that easy. Not too big a deal. And Zaragan's Arcane Enlightenment. What even is this set? What is this set? Arcane spell failure, 24 spell power, 1 spell DCs. That is specifically for like Wizard and I think probably Artificer, because Artificer uses some arcane stuff as well. Like, I don't know if anyone else would use it, even though Force damage is like the best damage type. It's not quite. I think Radiant is the best and then Force is close. Force is close thereafter. Because I think there are more things that have Force resistance than Radiant resistance. Just because like only Angels tend to have a Radiant resistance. So it's actually an incredibly good damage type. Necro is usually resisted. That's the weird thing in like endgame stuff. Also, the monster manual is all janky from the transfers. If you haven't noticed, I have noticed. I've actually put a ticket out on that. Here, we're just gonna get a couple of these. I'm gonna see if I can get this final one. Some will appear complete, but isn't it? If you hit a benchmark and a janked monster, you get nothing. It's annoying that happens, and I agree. I really like the monster manual a lot. I like the lore, and you don't even get the lore because of the jank. So I'm hoping they fix that at some point, because yes, that is totally a thing. Here, we'll get this, there we go. And then if you have all these turrets up, they literally just tank for you, so you can stand here and just do what you want. It's just so easy. Easy, easy, easy. And the turrets can actually take a bit of damage. Like, they're not bad. So it's not too shabby. And forge rates are so easy to get. I'm glad that well, actually, no, I didn't do any forge rates before. I don't know if I have them yet. When this guy spawns here, we're going to see. Here, I'm just going to go into stealth mode. There we go. He went after a turret. That's perfect. And we're just going to hit him with full burst so that I can just get rid of him. There we go. Deal the damage. Get him out of here. I got to see if we have stuff on the monster manual for these guys or if it actually added it up correctly, because the transfer did kind of screw with that. You're correct. Let's see here. We'll see here. It is in Undead. It's way down here. Forge Wraith. Okay, that one actually worked correctly, so I can get stuff for this if I want, which is really cool, because they're so easy to get. 320 is so easy to get with these. You could just go into the heroic one and just replay it over and over, because you get the quest when you get to that zone. It's so much easier to farm these guys than like most mobs. Bravery throughout armor class. I like the set, but I don't think it's very strong. I don't think it's very strong, and it's unfortunate. And the Iron Defender rivets are not actually as big a deal as like the what is it? The Shield Guardian stuff, and I think the other one was, what was it? Cannon? Not Cannon. Cannon is able to be gotten in the, I want to say, schemes of the enemy quest in Canath, because you can just go in there and just farm them and the dogs out. So those ones aren't as big a deal for me, but if you can get the Shield Guardian stuff, that's always nice. That might be a good spot to call it. I don't know if I'd be able to really go through the rest of the saga before I need to leave, but it was a decent run, and it was nice casual stream, and that was good for at least a Monday. I'm just killing these guys, just getting them out of there. Just doing some damage. Oh, there's a forge right there. Oh, just get rid of them. Easy. Wow, they just exploded. That was just colorful. That was cool. Anyway, that might be a good point to call it for now. I'll just recall out of here. I do want to say thank you guys so much for joining. It was so cool. If you don't mind and you want to see more, go ahead and follow. That's always fun. Either on the YouTube or on the Twitch. Like, either way is fine, because I do like it. You know, it gives me a little bit of a morale bump when you do it on either one. But it was super fun just to have people to hang out and chat with. Good seeing you on. Hope you can get back on sometime soon. Yeah, I mean, I have been able to, I've been able to get into streaming. I haven't done a lot of like high-end YouTube videos in the past, and I want to kind of get them going. So that's kind of a thing. But yeah, eventually I'll get back to that as well. That's kind of a thing that I need to work on a little bit, probably over the course of like the Christmas break. Oh yes, and one thing I wanted to mention at the beginning, it won't have any posterity anymore, because I don't know how many people are going to have sat through the whole thing to hear this. But basically for the Christmas, I think for the entire week, I'm just going to take that off, because people will be away, I'll be away, everybody's going to be doing stuff with family. It's just easier to just take the Christmas week and just call it there, and then just like hang out with family and do the things that Christmas is meant for, you know? So on the Friday, I'll probably just wish a belated Christmas to people, but otherwise I think we're probably just good to say that right now, and I'll start the next stream hopefully with it if I remember it. If I don't, then that's just me. It's just who I am. I don't remember anything. But that being said, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for just having a fun time if you did, and if you didn't, well, hopefully you have a fun time next time. Or maybe this is just not your cup of tea, but I hope that it is. I hope that I'm fun for you. Anyway, I'm gonna get up out of here. I don't have a whole lot of time left, which really sucks. I wanted to finish the last few, but that's what we get. You get what you can get away with. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.